Thank you, Julius, and thank you for the invitation. Belated happy independence
Yeah.
to you
You,
and our
you,
listeners.
you enjoy yourselves in Buchanan.
I believe you want to start now. The whole country will enjoy him, man.
Yeah, but you were around the president. That's where the president was. So that's where the attention was.
Yeah, we were around the president at the same time we were around the people.
Mhm.
We danced, we did, we.
Yeah, bring the microphone some more.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. We have a whole lot to run through. We have limited time. I think we have. I want to get you 1 hour 30 minutes in the next 2 weeks. Let's see which day can fit you.
Sure, no
So
problem.
we run through a whole lot. But what do you know about this port autonomy bill? I keep hearing your name around it. What do you know about it?
The Port Autonomy Bill is intended to give autonomy and to decentralize the various ports in this country, and including future ports that will be built.
But people say you people are doing it for selfish reasons.
So after this government, the port will be turned over to certain lawmakers, right? You know, sometimes when people bring some argument for the sake of the debate or argument, we don't waste our time. In our port bill, it is the president of Liberia who will appoint various port managers. So if Boaka is not in office tomorrow, the next president will have the authority to do that. So and nobody owns a port. It's interesting that every time this port bill issue comes up, yet they attach it to certain people, especially when it comes to the port of Buchanan.
They said that's the reason why you people are pushing it. The big Buchanan port and these ports cannot stand alone. They don't have the ability and all that. Why are you?
The senators of Sino County voted for the port bill. The senators of Maryland County voted for the port bill. If anybody brings this kind of unreasonable, illogical argument that it is about the port of Buchanan, it's up to them. You see, we don't we always want change, but we don't want to change. We always crave for change, but we don't want to accept change. I hear people talking about port having contract for this number of years and all the things attached to the, they want to tie it to the port bill. Uh, when the ports become autonomous, each of them, if they inherit a contract, those contracts remain valid. And after the term of those contracts or existing contracts, then those autonomous ports will go into negotiations for themselves.
Is that a reason the president has vetoed it and may veto it again, like we're hearing?
Well, we will leave the wisdom of the president to decide. The president vetoed the bill, not the bill. If you look at it, the president has vetoed that bill once. It's the third time he has, left the Capitol building. The president vetoed it once. The second time, it was a voluntary withdrawal to correct some stuff from the legislature. Then we passed it, and then the House concurred with it. This put bill has been around the legislature for over a year, and without attempting to sound disparaging to any of my colleagues, for a lawmaker to say he or she has not seen the put bill is troubling. And it should,
Did the leadership of the House share it because the one who called comes from the House?
okay, so we leave that to the House, but the House concurred with the Senate. And this is the third time that the House is concurring with the Senate on this put bill issue. And when one or two lawmakers come out and say they did not see it, especially from the House, we leave it to that House, to that chamber.
What could happen if the president were to veto it again? Will you do the
So I
two-third
wanted to,
override?
so I wanted to give a bit of education. The president did not veto the bill.
Okay.
The president did line veto.
What does that mean?
It means the president said one or two sections in the bill were conflicting with some authorities from other institutions, like maritime functions, blah, blah, blah. In the president's letter, the only veto letter, the president wrote a 6-page communication detailing the accounts of the importance of that bill and how it is in line with his decentralization agenda for the country. It is in that communication. Those who run with propaganda and make it appear as though the president is anti this bill and one group of people in the legislature pushing it. It is the agenda of the administration led by the president. But the president, after review of the attorney general, the president spotted one or two sections, few sections in the bill that we should. And he said he was asking the legislature to reconsider those. And we did. And we sent it to him, and we look forward to his wisdom to approving it. If the, I think my colleague from the House, Muka Kamara, seemed to have been struggling with what happens if the president vetoes, and he, I think he was struggling with that information. If the president vetoes, it can only become law if the president vetoes the entire bill or section thereof, and the legislature with 2/3 majority of both houses override. They call it to override the veto. Or you send a bill to the marshal, and it stays at the executive marshal 21 days and beyond. Even if the president has not acted, it becomes law after 21 days. Once it is laid on his desk, and the 21 days begin from the day it was transmitted to the executive marshal and officially signed for by the proper authority. 21 days begin from there.
You have been around politics. You've been around legal people and all that stuff. You are an apprentice legal person and also a politician. District number 10 is confusing a whole lot of people. I've seen some publications. I've seen some concerns about do they still have a lawmaker or not? Or what is it? What this whole District 10 thing? What do you make of it? It appears like an eyesore on our politics.
Why you want to start controversy already with our conversation? Look, politically, District number 10 does not have an active lawmaker. Legally, there is no vacancy yet in District number 10.
What is the difference?
The difference is that the House of Representatives took an action to expel Representative Yege Koluba. Representative Yege Koluba sought relief at the court. From every understanding, the matter is still seized at the court. Until the court finally rules, there is no legal vacancy in District number 10. And who knows, maybe after the court rules, the court may determine, the court may rule in favor of Yeke and ask the House to pay him retroactively, because the Massimi law, that what is not done legally is not done at all. So politically, Yeke can go away. His men expel him according to their
rules.
Their rules and their action. But look, I keep saying, if you have, look, let me be the diverse dealer that people know. You got a constitution with you?
Yep.
Look at Article 38.
Constitution where you did.
Yeah.
This is the OK conversation on OKFM 99.5. We have with us Senator Abraham Darius Dillon. I have this thing on my phone here.
And while you're looking for it, let me announce that we're doing relay of this interaction.
That you the host here?
Oh, but and I mean,
So
no.
Jai Phoebe,
Okay.
and anyway, you
Okay.
can
Please
you
announce
can be
that.
hosting your own show. So
Please,
I see.
so please announce or
Oh,
allow me to announce
okay,
that
you are allowed.
thank you. That Radio Bourgeois, Radio Bourgeois, 98.1 is relaying or doing simulcast of of this interaction. Thanks to OKFM for allowing.
Okay, Article 38.
Yeah.
Article 38 says, we are in Article 38, yeah. Each house shall adopt its own rules of procedure, enforce order, and with the concurrence of 2/3 of the entire membership, may expel a member for cause. Each house shall establish its own committees and subcommittees, provided, however, that the committees on revenue and appropriation shall consist of one member from each county. All rules adopted by the legislature shall conform to the requirements of due process of law laid down in this constitution.
That last part, read it again. The closing sentence.
It says all rules adopted by the legislature shall conform to the requirements of due process of law laid down in this constitution.
Simple. That constitution, that last sentence is mandatory. It's instructive.
It says shall.
It didn't say you do the due process laid down in the rules of each of the houses. The due process that is required to remove a member is the due process requirement laid down in this constitution. And the Supreme Court has defined and what constitutes due process constitutionally and fundamentally. My problem with the court is, and some of the reasons I'm here to discuss some of the reform stuff I'm looking at for the judiciary. My problem with the court is that when a court says it did not hear Yeke's case because the writ from the court was not properly served, there's a problem.
Because whose fault
Who's
is that?
supposed to serve the writ? It is the court. And from the Supreme Court level, it is the marshal. From the circuit court level, it is the sheriff. From the magisterial level, it is the bailiff, the court bailiff.
Oh, that's the difference there. So we
Yeah.
can just be missing it.
Right. The magisterial court has bailiffs. They are officers of the court. And the circuit court has sheriff. And the Supreme Court has marshals and deputy marshals at the highest ranking. And when the Supreme Court seems to be depriving or delaying justice on its own fault, we're in trouble. That is why, with the action of the House having the constitutional authority and right to expel a member, did expel a member according to their rules, but the affected member say, you did not follow due process. Supreme Court, please tell my friend they won't move me. Let them follow due process. Let them accord me due process laid down in the Constitution. And the only authority that can define what the Constitution says is the Supreme Court. When the court seems reluctant to act, that's a problem. That is why, since the action against Yeke, the House cannot write the Elections Commission to announce or declare vacancy in December number 10, because there is a prohibition on that action that has not been lifted. And Yeke's prayer for the court to determine whether he was accorded due process or not has not been answered. It is before the court. Somebody needs to speak out. I didn't come here to defend Yeke. The thing about the respect for the rule of law. And when the final arbiter of justice is depriving somebody of speedy, fair, and impartial trial, it's troubling.
What could this mean for our democracy for the future, especially if it is not Yeke's fault that one should have been served wasn't properly served?
It is troubling. And I don't know a better word right now to say. Every time we think the person who is being victimized by injustice is not one of ours. It's not one of those who like. So let it happen to him or her. We too are perpetrating injustice when we don't speak, when we have voice. The Supreme Court is becoming an embarrassment in this matter. It must speak as in acting. Deny a man justice, deny a prohibition and say why, or uphold his prohibition and say why. You can't leave it in abeyance.
Because there is a whole district that is not being represented politically.
And interestingly, I'm going to get in trouble with this. Sometimes our people don't know what to rise up for. Your district is not being represented.
And
nobody,
it is just that no one says anything from the district.
Any question. Maybe they're okay with it. But you see, there will be no vacancy filled in district number 10 unless the Supreme Court rules. And somebody needs to be tottled on the fire on the turtle's back to get the Supreme Court to wake up and act.
Talking about...
Forget about Yeke. Why is the court not acting? Why did the court not hold itself responsible when it failed to properly serve the writ on the House of Representatives? What administrative...
But don't you think, by the court admitting that it did not properly serve in that conference and blah, 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 and then they moved the matter to the full bench, is it not embarrassing? Doesn't it place the court in a very difficult position? What do they say now?
What is more embarrassing? Depriving somebody justice? Denying them justice by the delays? Or to take administrative action on the marshal and then proceed with the matter and dispose of it in keeping with law, in keeping with the mandate of the Constitution. This court has ruled and to define a due process. Mm. Due process is essentially defined as a process that hears before it condemns. Mm-hmm. And I will add, before it acquits, because hearing may not only lead to condemnation, mm-hmm. it can also lead to acquittal. That's justice. Now, the Supreme Court defined all the elements that constitute due process. When somebody is accused, especially where they will be deprived a fundamental constitutional privilege or right, liberty to property, freedom, life, job, that person must be heard. They must be represented by a lawyer. And the lawyer must be given, according to the Supreme Court ruling in the Grace Manor case versus the House of Representatives, it said the lawyer must be given unhindered access to speak and properly represent his lawyer. In the Yeke case, his client. In the Yeke case, the House said, thank God you brought your lawyer, but they play will get our own lawyer can tell you. The Supreme Court said no in the Grace Manor case on due process. The Supreme Court defined due process and with all of the elements contained therein. And I will insist, close it out to Yeke. We're talking about justice.
It could be anybody.
It could be anybody. So, in closing on this matter, district number 10 is politically out of representation, but there is no legal vacancy. The House cannot announce vacancy. It cannot declare it at the Elections Commission because the general principle of our legal practice and almost everywhere is that when the Supreme Court takes an action, gives an instruction, all public entities and public officials, including the general public, must take judicial notice and act accordingly. There is a prohibition on Yeke case, so Yeke is not legally removed yet. So the House if you write the election commission, even from political standpoint, the election commission is on judicial notice
Not to act.
not to act, because to do so, it is contemptuous and is an affront to the authority of the court. Sadly, the court itself is diminishing its own authority by the questionable delays in handling down this matter.
You were talking about rule of law and reforms. What are the kinds of reforms you want to push for? I don't know if I could tease your mind on this whole former officials, Samuel Toy and others case, and the issue with the jurors and the quote unquote setting aside after some investigation of the verdict for a new trial. What do you make of it?
Yeah, so before I come to that, when we return by early October to session, I will be suggesting several reforms built from the judiciary.
Okay.
First, 3 senior legal people in our country. When Yami Wese, His Honor, was nominated as Associate Justice under President Weah, I, being a member of the Judiciary Committee of the Senate responsible to hear his confirmation, I asked him, what source of authority granted to one justice in chamber to decide that he or she will decline issuing a writ, thereby forever depriving or denying somebody justice? Because if he filed a petition for prohibition before a justice in chamber, when you hear that the justice in chamber declined to issue the writ, that means they've taken no action. That means you can take appeal to the full bench.
Mm.
When the justice in chamber decides on denying, when you hear they deny the writ, the petition for prohibition, that one justice in chamber, when you hear say it is denied, that means there was a conference, there were, they heard the matter, the justice in chamber heard the matter, either in conference, and reasoned by law to deny issuing the writ prayed for. That denial stands as a decision of that justice in chamber that you can take appeal from to the full bench. If the justice in chamber issues the writ, that is a decision you can appeal from if you on the other side and deny and thought that the writ should not be issued. But if the justice in chamber look at the petition and say, I decline, I'm not taking no action, your fight, your search for justice ends right there. You can't go before the full bench. My question was to Yami Wese when he was Associate Justice nominated, when he was even nominated as Chief Justice under our government here. The same applied to CNN Yo, Her Honor, when she was nominated as Chief Justice, and including the current Associate Justice, Bwaka Kane, His Honor. None of them could give me any clear answer. They say it's discretionary. What gives you, what legal instrument, what source of law gives you your one, that authority to deprive somebody justice just by sitting and declining, using your discretion? So we'll be reviewing that. 2, you see, most of the criminal cases being delayed at the various criminal courts is because, from my experience from Justice Ministry, where I was in prosecution, I was special assistant to the Solicitor General. Most time when they charge people with criminal offense, the main trial can take more than 2 weeks. When they enter into the main trial, it can take more than 2 weeks.
So why the delays?
The delay is the pre-trial motions. Every time they say, oh, the way the judge walked today, and then they go upstairs to the Supreme Court and file certiorari. They say the judge committed a reversible error, So they're asking the Supreme Court to review and revise the judge error on the issue of the law. Or they carry prohibition, or say for instance, you say, oh, I won't bring my witness. Then the judge say, no, the other witness disqualified. Then that party whose witness disqualified, then that party go upstairs to the Supreme Court. My reform in that area is for us to put time frame. How long does it take, or will it take for the Supreme Court to hear such petition? Because in the Gracious Ra case, how do you call it? The Gracious Ra with Finabona, when the asset recovery team took an action, Gracious Ra ran to the Supreme Court and prayed for a writ of prohibition. The court issued a temporary writ. I think it's called the alternative writ. The court that issued that writ, it said, return to status quo ante. Meaning, go back to the place where you were as though you have not taken any action. That means, give all Gracious Ra property back that you confiscated until we hear whether their petition for prohibition has merit. The Supreme Court took 9 months to hear that one petition. When the Supreme Court finally decided after 9 months that asset recovery had authority to act, but they must do it in keeping with law. When asset recovery went back for those assets that they wanted to confiscate pending conviction, if there would be any, the properties were disposed of.
No.
You can see the card in this. The properties were disposed of. And in the Samuel 12 case or other cases, like the Capitol building fire, so now, by the time one party take one action, one party run to the court, the Supreme Court, then the Supreme Court send instruction down, hold on yet until we hear what the people came for. Then the Supreme Court has said, hold on yet. Then it take 8 to 7 months to review what the thing they put went for after it made sense. All the remedial processes, all the pre-trial motions can delay the prosecution of the main case. Once the trial begins, production of witnesses, testimonies, counter arguments, you know that 2-3 weeks. And right there, they do final argument, and the judge charges the jury to go come with a verdict. But all the pre-trial motion. So I am consulting my colleagues and talking to some legal people so we can put time frame. If the only place the Supreme Court has time frame, that on electoral matters. If there were no time frame on electoral matters, an electoral matter will stay 3 years before the Supreme Court. It is delaying justice in this country. And this kind of reform for good governance, for speedy justice, we are looking at. And that's my focus when we return. Part of my focus when we return.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also asked for your view on the Samuel 12 and others case, where it is now.
My only confusion with the Samuel 12 case is that jury were alleged to have been tampered with. What kind of tampering? Who complained? And what kind of tampering? Was it bribery? Was it promise for promise or consideration that impair some people's judgment?
Well, it is not stated in the report.
So maybe when we know, then we'll know. But for now, the court rule, Samuel 12 should be a free man until otherwise.
Well, his lawyer wants them to go to the Supreme Court. He himself is not inclined to go into the Supreme Court on this other matter. Why will you advise him?
I think reasoning will prevail with him.
Okay.
Reasoning will prevail with him. I'm happy that we're taking people to court. But taking people to court is not about being guilty. Justice is to afford both parties to prove their case.
But there is a certain perception in the public that if the government doesn't win the case, then it's like, oh, the government is serious. They just playing on the minds of the Liberian people. They're compromising.
You know, if two persons were fighting outside and we go pat them, unfortunately one person died. That goal when to go to the death that resulted from it, we can be charged with involuntary manslaughter. If somebody went subconscious or unconscious out there, oh, say no, they don't prepare your car, like any person. You put that person in your car, and something happened to that person, the country will not forgive you. You mean, you wicked. But if you put that person in your car, and you carry the person to the hospital, and the medical details can prove
They say death before arrival.
death before arrival, that good you did, they can charge you because you are not an ambulance. You go up, an ambulance will be applying first aid, or they know what to be doing, right? But so what I'm trying to say here is, when you take people to court that to prove their guilt, and they have the opportunity to prove their innocence, that's justice.
And in which way the court rules.
When a court rules, that's justice unless credible, provable foul play can be established.
You are big on the narcotics thing, illegal drugs. You have even a place running to help rehabilitate people who have been affected. I don't know how many cases now, but we had 19 million, 300 plus million. We don't know the exact figure with the 300 because we keep hearing different things. There are some two drums that say we didn't hear any kind of good reports on that one from Roseville and all of that. This whole fight as it is going, what is your general view of how things are playing out? I know you, the senators, were concerned. You invited the joint security the other time and all that. There have been videos here, threats here and there. Today we saw a response from the president's son that says the guys actually contacted him before the release of that video and all that stuff. Where are we?
The issue about the cocaine seen in our country is embarrassing, it's scary, and I will use my favorite word, very troubling. Since 2021, I opened the rehab center. Every month, not less than $3,000 of my salary goes to cater to our fellow citizens on drug, 15 miles by drug abuse.
And that may even be small because what I saw down there when I went there.
Yeah, I said minimum. Because we have 18 staff over there. The people who will take them in there, they eat 3 times a day, they're feeding, they're sheltering, they're medical issues.
I saw it. I know it's cost intensive.
Thank you. So I am vested in this issue to ensure our country gets cleansed of drug issue. I know it's impossible or very challenging. But when we do a drug bust, like the cocaine case, it must be very serious to all of us. And at this point in time, no politics. I want to commend the security people for the progress made so far. I think we should push further. I may make an unpopular statement here. I will call on the Justice Ministry and the Joint Security anybody, especially people whose opinion can move the country. Whether you are a politician or whether you are a media person like Julia J, whether you are close to Joseph Boakai like Darius Dillon, what is security people doing at work? Anybody who say the name and the calling, and not the real name, it means you know the real name. You should become a person of interest to get a real name. That's the only way we gave these people chance to investigate properly. If what they're doing when the 90 million drug bust was announced, 2 days after, the DEA director or acting head went to MICA, to the Ministry of Information, and made a statement to the effect that they had 6 persons as persons of interest, but they were withholding their names. Since that one statement, in my view, ill-informed statement, ill-advised statement, it made everybody in the country to start calling their own names. Oh, they won't call it in now because the other person is like, oh, no, because they're hiding certain names. When you're doing an investigation like this, you do regular update. Even if you have some people of interest or even some of your suspects and you're not ready to name them, the proper thing to do is we are pursuing people of interest that will lead us to the perpetrators to bring them to justice. And as we apprehend them or we get them, we will update the public. That would have been more reasonable. That statement was ill-advised in order. That statement gave rise to everybody speculating and smearing people all over the place. So, in order to give these people the space and the time to do the work, and while we will watch out for how they are doing the work properly, I would think it is not a suppression of freedom of speech.
Because that's the question I was going to ask. In these things, people will just talk. People will say stuff.
If the man down the street call any name, I'm talking of people whose voices are consequential.
They should be calling to answer who do they know.
If Darius Dillon said the people whose name they're calling are not the real names, my voice is believable to some people. Some people are angry at my voice. That politics, I can understand that. But if I take the microphone and say the names they're calling are not the real names, it means I know the real names. I should be a person of interest. I'm calling on the Ministry of Justice and the Joint Security people to do that. That's the only way this investigation and prosecution will form its proper perspective. Because everybody's still waiting for certain names. And one certain name called it means not a real name. This is hurting the investigation as well.
Before we take calls, just in 2 minutes, I know I have to bring you back, and then we'll do an open show so that people can ask you any question and all that. But you always posting about 2029. and I don't know whether it's from a place of fear or I don't understand, but you seem to, it appears to me like perhaps it is touching you, it is moving you when people threaten you with 2029 or threaten current government or past government, whatsoever, with 2029. This whole 2029 thing, what is the psychology of it? What is it doing to you politicians?
No, it's not doing anything to me particularly. Personally, nothing, zero.
But you always post about it.
Yeah, it's a jest. I'm joking.
Okay.
But let me tell you about this thing about 2029. I've said it in the studio. I've said it to my rescue people outside microphone. I've said it to some of my partisans where we meet. You see, when you are government, have checklist of things to do every day. Don't join opposition with talking. Opposition will talk. That's opposition role. Opposition just need to see whether the light gone off air or no light board there. Opposition say current gone. That's all. The government ought to go put a light on. Then you take opposition talking point for talking about life business. When the road not good, opposition will say the road not good. I'm speaking from experience as a very consequential person from opposition. Government must have checklist of things and not join debate, talking point debate for 2029. Because every time you check a list of something you've done as a government, you are already doing your 2029 by working, not by talking. But it seems like we not elevate 2029 business. We from the government have elevated 2029. And in my view, look, when I was elected in 2019, I knew that there was an election waiting for me in 2020. I wasn't thinking about an election. 2019 election was tough. Forget about Polita. People talk Polita election with me or against Polita was easy. No. 2020 election was the easiest election I was into. Because when I won in 2019, I did not focus on 2020 election. I focused on what I would do every day that would make the country desire to keep me there in 2020. So I declared my asset, published it. First time from the legislature for any official entering office to do. Publicly announced dollar and cent how much lawmakers making to break the taboo that been hanging over the country here. Started fighting for the Senate to remove people like Wabudigi and who were not legally qualified to be in government. To get the Senate, rally the Senate honor a popular George Weah government. To deny some George Weah nominees who we believe were not fit for the job. Then CDC started having Reclaim Monserrato rally all to SKD to moving from there in 2020. CDC started panicking. 2020 March, the federal ATS, in preparation of election in October to moving. In fact, they were calling me vacation senator. My friend Kalasco King in the studio, he said, Delo will be the shot that senator. And they were, and
I can remember I did that interview.
Yeah. So it was CDC that then the public out there, they said we want more of Delo. It will get $5 Delo. There's the people who are supposed to be craving for you because of what you're doing. Not yourself running to your own election. No. So it is my view. 2020 will play itself. You know, and lastly, one of the reasons I don't bother myself with 2020.
2029.
I mean 2029. It will play itself.
How
will it play itself? It will play itself. I saw 2023 election. 2021 CPP was...
Well, because of time, because there's a whole lot to talk there. Because Thomas Fala has come on your side. A whole lot of different things have shifted, so we really need to talk more.
Right.
So yeah, so let's just leave it. Let's take two calls: 777-700, 995-555-995. He was stuck in traffic, so yeah, we had to hold on with the other people so that we could have him coming. But yeah, like I said, I promise you we'll give you 1 hour 30 minutes. We'll have an open show. You're asking anything. Let's see, 777-700-995. We just squeeze in two calls, then we take the
I wonder how you make your headlines in the press release today. Although I read the news every day, but I'm really still getting confused now. And I just wanna ask you some questions. Oh, they say based on money, they say based on presidency, they say based on technology, they say based on war.
A beautiful evening here this time.
Tell me,
July 29, 2026. My name is Junior Kawi Open. I am your host and producer of the famous Hit Hour show here on BKS TV. On the Hit Hour, we see dialogue in our confrontation. We see words in our book. We will be having a very short interview right In tonight's edition of the show, we'll be hosting Honorable Boris Balier, former representative of Electoral District 5, Nema County. Recently, he joined the citizen movement for change in Buyao District. He joined us here tonight on the show as we discuss those things. Couple of a lot of things happening in the district and around Liberia. So without further ado, let me just bring you one or two updates from Liberia. Then we'll bring him on too as well.
In the ghetto, all the houses are full of leakage, nowhere to sleep. Come and see the widow living in the street with her children. Since the daddy went to war to fight, he never lived to see them.
In the major headline for today, the government of Liberia has charged 2 suspects
No shelter,
in connection with the
children have no
317 million drug case too as well.
education.
Former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf,
The children have no one to call their friend. The children have no food to eat. There is no job, no money for hustlers.
again, the government of Liberia has charged 2 suspects over Liberia's record 317 million cocaine seizure.
Raise your hand up. Raise your story. There is no job, no money for hustlers. How many people do you love?
Former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf warns
How many people do you
weak governance could attack.
cherish? How many people do you help
Sorry.
out there?
Former Liberia President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf has warned weak governance could attract criminals enterprise, urges strong public
Most especially women.
public trust too as well.
No job, no money. No gods, no glory. No help for poor men.
The citizen movement for change threatened peaceful protests after President Boakas failed to address drug crisis during Independence Day speech.
What we know. How many people do you love? How many people do you cherish? How many
The Ministry of Justice has revoked Emmanuel Hitler letter penned
people do you help out there? Most especially women. No
other hand over
job, no
to the Ministry of Justice too as well.
money.
We'll
No
bring you more details of these stories here tonight as the show unfolds. But like we told you, we just got on Bali here for a few times. You know, we just caught him off guard this evening to join us as we discuss some training issue across Buyao District. Boris, good evening. Welcome to the show this evening. How you doing, Chief?
Yeah, how are you, Gion? How are you to this famous show? This is the call tonight is call to duty, popular demand by the people. We are home away from home. We're in the Riverside Belt.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being on here tonight, even though we caught you off guard there with the invitation. But it's great to have you here. How was the program in Buyao?
Well, man, let's say, Junior, the program Buyao, in my mind, it was very good and it was timely because going back to appreciate, in our setting,
Mhm.
they had a parable that say Ganvazi Adula. So when people, and then in the social setting, they had it added that say, when I die for you, cry for me.
Mhm.
Yeah. You can't die for me. You don't expect me to cry for you. Equally, so I can't die for you. You can't cry for me. So there were people who risked their life. There were people who stood by us. There were people who believed in us during the heated by election. Even though it went away, it went and we accepted the result. But we have to go back and tell people thank you, and then form a way forward using the election as a foundation for the the district development, because moving forward, anybody that want to get into the district election in Buyao should not be thinking about Bluetooth, should not be thinking about laptop, should not be thinking about chicken thigh or chicken feet, should be thinking about tangible. That people will say, oh, okay, he did this, or they are doing more than what the other people do. So we think going back to appreciate our people were very good. And then by the mandate of our people, we have to respect them. We took the decision by their mandate. Traditionally, you are my son from Florida. I will not sit on Gudua where my parents, without me opening my mouth, hand my hand on to somebody, then I come back and say something different. That's a traditional mandate for us. We believe in it more than even the Constitution, because it's our way of life.
So you've officially joined the CMC.
Yeah. I officially joined the CMC.
By all indication, I think you had consultation with the people and all of that. How is your stay within the CMC for the past few days?
Well, I would not want to speak on the CNC because I'm an institutional person. When you are part of institution, you don't speak, just like that. You can seek, permission and all that thing. But I feel my being with CMC after my appreciation, it have been a new beginning for me. There have been discussion, there have been working session, there have been, one thing I want to really bring to light. Personally, I feel that CMC, the people decision to ask me to join CNC was not a mistake, because my view on things have been very respected in CMC. That, like as we speak, in fact, the wife of the political leader for CMC will also be going to Florida on the 24th of August, Flag Day. That tells you, in fact, the CNC declare Buyao as one of their districts. They declare Florida as the home of CNC based on what they saw. So I feel my being with CMC, even though other people had their own thing, but I feel that was not a wrong decision by my people. And it was not also wrong by me to accept my consultation from my people.
Well, that's great. Now, taking you back to Buyao, I know you guys spend a lot of days there too as well. We're told that you were refused to use the silver compound. I don't know what is the silver compound in Butu. Since you are here, give us a little light about it. What went on? What transpired between you and the commissioner and all of that?
Well, Gian, I would not want to give it credence, but for the sake of the public, let me just tell you, I feel when fear can do certain things to people. There are two major main enemies: fear and shame. So when fear comes in people, they intend to create avenue, thinking that they want to defend themselves, thinking that they want to exert authority, and that bring them more to public ridicule. But we went to Butu is our headquarters for Zoge Statutory District, and we started our appreciation and engagement consultation with the people of Yao. We went to Nyo, and Nyo, because Nyo is a big district, let's say chiefdom, we divided Nyo into two. We had the Nyo Diaple and Butuo. And Butuo, we have gone earlier and made arrangement with the town chiefs, with everybody, head of the town. And then they, in turn, went to the community, the hall, the city hall, we would say. And then our team went. Look, the part that really something me is that we were allowed to even clean the place. We had our people brushing, how the place can be butchered. We have our people brushing the place and setting all the place for us to, come. I left from Buto that morning, making sure that things is on course. We went to their place. And after the APE program, our advanced team arrived. And then we were in talk, we say, oh yes, that we're using the place. We need to enter Butuo school campus, the Butuo Central High. I got a call, my coordinator on ground say, oh, Chief, the people lacking the place, they say, when I use it. I mean, this is politics. And I thought it was very prudent to move there, not to cancel. But then I decided, I said, oh, no. If I come here and then, because they allow us to even clean the play and brush the play and force our way, people will interpret different. I'm the only person who, up to now, have, since the campaign, I host a functional office in Butuo, right at the intersection, the townway intersection, the road from the border, the Butuo Main Street, and the Morovia, that's the Bambutuo Street that are, open, right on the main road. So it was an opportunity for me. I just told my people, and right there is an open place, right in my office, and we had a program. I felt it was not anything to change me because I'm saying what I stand for. It was not anything to change me. Even if I never had office, we were going to use the street. If someone drive off from the street, and they would know what's this thing. But I don't want to give it credence. I feel whosoever did it, they did it maybe for their leadership to know that they men working, so they will get some of them who not even on payroll, so they will even get a promotion. So I don't want to give it credence, but for the sake of the public, I'm saying that we were denied, but the good thing is that we have our program successfully in Butuo.
Who you think was behind it?
Let me welcome you to the show now. At least.
Before now you come in, I know who was behind it. Because I come in. Because let me drive the whole thing. Prior to this program, when I left from the studio, after I've created awareness, appeared to the studio and my team have gone there, that the certain representative of our district said I even have water in balloon that he was going to bust. He bringing a bazooka. I told them, say, we in Nimbaya have heard it a lot. And 1989, those say, in fact, Nima should move. The bazooka is coming to point Nima down. And today we are in Nima. If the certain representative can say, I'm going to appreciate my people, say, oh, I'm moving all around, I got ballowing water, he got something here, I don't know why it means. So in my mind, his ballowing water is to deny me from entering the city hall. And I don't give it credence. So say if anybody feel I got bellow, maybe I got iron drum and I put my water in the iron drum.
Welcome. No, I came in the middle of that. You were
Yeah.
But before we get to the serial part, so why you they said your long devil, your guild devil went on strike over there. Why I did that now? Or which town that?
No, you see, this is where Lord, a CEO is a very interesting. Now, no, they learn the devil. There are people who know devil. There are people who understand devil. I know devil can eat. But I know I got my own mass dancer. I got my own mass dancer. I control a group that produce mass dancer all along around mass dancer with me. So whatsoever happened, but I feel that was the beauty of our time, and our program went very successful.
It was. I'm just joking. We had to beat the joke there.
Yeah.
But first of all, I want to say,
the people running around with you. You're not really Facebook. You're around.
I said the math just got fair when I pull the other guy glasses and then chew it down and he tell it right, start clapping. But yeah, congratulations. I follow you. I follow the program closely. Congrats on you joining CMC. You are already a developmental person, and then to add CMC that has been undertaking development in that district to join them. You were the first to also start paving roads and things over there with your own money and without no political party affiliation. And then we also have CMC and honorability facing the Island Bridge. I think that's the biggest and the most expensive bridge that we have in the district there.
Yeah, bigger and more expensive bridge.
Yeah, and joining hands with you. I mean, we want our people to benefit. To all of you
Exactly.
guys that are doing what you're doing,
That's
to our
that's
current
our dream.
lawmaker and everybody, we say kudos to all of you. We want our place, our people to benefit. And I say
Exactly.
congratulations on joining CMC. You know, you were here last time. I asked you, say, oh no, I said, Jen, you're muted.
So I wanted to play the recording right now.
No, I'm very
He
good.
already apologized to me. He said he took the decision based on the people request. So I
Yeah,
just decided to let it go. But
yeah, but I came in the middle of the conversation. I just wanted to interject, but it's good to be back.
great. It's great to have you on here this evening, CEO. Curtis Bantu Miamin is watching us from Ominga Community Radio in Montserrat County. Sylvester Cindy Carter is also following us. Don Miller is also watching us, I'm sure, from Ganta City too as well. Aloysius Alexander Tente is also following us from Canada. And the rest of the folks who are listening to us here this evening want to say welcome to all of you. And it's great to have you on the show here too as well. We are hosting Honorable Boris Palie. And tonight we're discussing Buyao, Nima, and the rest of Liberia. Honorable, the appreciation tour, I'm told a lot of things were said to you too as well. Do you mind giving us overall updates as to what are some of the most requested things that people requested for? How do you intend to work on those requests? What are the short-term requests that you are working on too as well? And most importantly, before you answer that question, when you went to the district, what did you observe? Is the district united politically?
Well,
Go ahead.
okay, so let me tell you, when I went to the district, sincerely, you know, the target of reconciliation have not actually, that's why we were pushing. That's why we were pushing to see that we get an arm of reconciliation, because development will not come without reconciliation. Even in my hometown, before the day of the program, I have to call the town people, to extend the other branch of reconciliation, requesting them, even if I don't anything as Boris Palie, forgive me, I'm from this town, and we feel, and that peace prayer was small before my program. That's why you see that the town came up, because some people after election, the bigger thing have been, oh, we voted for the man, he can't come, he has not come to tell all this, all that one. So cleverly, from Wele all the way to Ninkwele, only that the lower part of Ninkwele beyond there, we could not reach, we need to leadership from there, because our car could not cross to Florida to go. So, but we felt with the decision we took, we have been the one asking people for reconciliation, coming together. So I feel that with our intention, with our approach, we will reach out to whosoever that is maybe somehow that for us to be able to get the reconciliation, so that the unity that we are looking for, the unity can come. But for now, there's more work need to be done to work on the reconciliation and unity among citizens.
Now to the issue of the request.
Okay, yes, to the issue of the request, like I told you the other time, already we have had a plan, a development plan. We were like trying to validate what we have. And exactly, there was issue of roads, there was issue of electricity, there was issue of agriculture, there was issue of women loan. The four major issues, if you cattle law, or there were four major issues. So the four major issues right now, our team, beside the CMC, our team have cattle law a pillow. The 3 pillar will now adjust all of the activity under the pillar and then moving forward. That's why the 24th program that will be in Florida will also be a leadership meeting that the now that we have had a request, we put down the request into working document. Our leadership will review that working document. From there, then we'll have short-term, long-term, medium-term, and long-term plan. So, for example, we say, okay, these are the one we can work on from now to December. This is how we will do it. Then we'll start work on it. Then, like, for example, the market women. Already, we have had a microfinance loan as part of our company, Liberia Farmer Development Microfinance. So that is, we have been certificated by Central Bank. So that our own way of reaching out to the marketeer, more especially the single mothers that are into farming, because our loan portfolio is, agriculture driven. So even if you have to sell in the market, you must be part of our group that is doing agriculture. Then when you get loan, you can use that by extension to say, okay, I want to sell this in the market, but you must have agriculture base. So already we have that already. Then for the issue of roads, we brought equipment into the country to be able to develop our road because of the challenge we have during the campaign time, that we were renting machine for millions of dollars. Millions of Liberian dollars we were spending for that 4 months. So we now invested into our own equipment and then going to CMC, join CMC, like the political leader said, Boris Ballet is an access, is not a liability to coding direct. So join there now we will, along, because we will not be doing it single-handedly now, we will create our access and link it with the CMC ideology so that we can give more people, so that we can reach out to more districts. Let me tell you, our secret and the CMC approach is to District 3, District 4, District 5, District 6. That's the major election focused district. And that district, because of the challenges they have, any wrong thing that happen in election in Nima, it can happen in no district. So there, people told ballot paper to the place that people can reach there. So there's no police station. Somebody will do something before they reach there. All the other things. So we are under obligation to link every community and polling center that the pool worker, the national security can move anytime with ease. And I can tell you, to quote directly from the political leader, this thing will be done before election. We will not tell people, say, let's do it, or your elect, or when we get there, we'll do it.
And we'll look.
Thank you.
All right. Go ahead. So I wanted to help you out there.
Many of these things when happen at times, people will say they are political talk. These people will say these things only because they want to get to power and all of that. What could be your saying to those people, and how different will you be as you have joined the CMC?
Okay, how different? There are quote unquote. I always say this. I'm not a kind of traditional politician. Maybe that have been some of the issue. If I tell you, say, if I'm not able to do the one when you can't, I'll tell my brother, please, I can't do the one. Let's do it at this time, or let's find another me. Sometimes people will say, oh, we'll go to the man. The normal politician will tell you, oh, but that is talking easy. Let me just, and then when they get on, they feeling with it. But for me, just look at my track record in terms of, okay, for example, I work for education, right? At the time with government, I took our district teachers from 11 government pay staff to over 500 government pay staff. Everyone that was in classroom at that time benefited, not because you're not from Nikwa or you're not from Nyo, you're not from every community. I did that. The agriculture right now, Jim, I'm reaching out to farming groups through my program, I give out, I even pay people that the rest they produce is not for me. It's for them. They only say to me when they want to. Then look at my political track record. Jay, to open roads that today they turn the blunt to. They turn the blunt to. Today, when they see me the Messiah because we created the access. So I feel my approach is tied into human, service. It's not about being boss. It's more about how I can serve human being. No, maybe that's my weakness. To have something with me and somebody asks me, I say, oh, no, I don't have it. No, I ain't what I want. To the extent that I can even be tempted to give the last. Politicians will not do that. Politicians build on what they have. And my approach to that area, I mean, we will go and our name will remain. I want so that when we take over or when we are given the opportunity, like with the way we join CMC, when we come into your community, don't feel, oh, everybody coming. That thing, what benefit your community can get, who they get it for is not important. The benefit is what we look for. And with the kind of, connection, and the political leader said, in fact, he taking Booyah to be the district, CMC district. So if for me, they are taking CMC district, then you stay look for different things, and you better be good. Let lay all your swam in a community, let open all the roads so that you can be free.
Yes, I spoke with your political leader. You know, man, you got political leader now. So, man, somebody disturb me. I'll guess it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I will be at the person to give you channel. I spoke with your political leader, and he did confirm that he spoke a lot of great things about District 5. The reception. I tell people all the time, the people have misinformation about the wonderful people of District 5. And people go out there and misinterpret, Booyah people this, Booyah people that, Booyah this, Booyah that. They overlook us in every way, shape, or form. I've always said it. I say, Booyah, we are unique, right? We are very our parents were warriors. We are tough. We don't bow to anyone, right? We don't cave. When it comes, we say it. We disagree with anybody in a respectful manner. But that doesn't mean that we are arrogant. We are this. We are. Booyah got some of the historically I can go and list the history there. Talk about a great man that came from District 5. Great man, educated man, sound man, people that led discourse when it comes to international national discourse. So we are great people. Cyrus Bade is from Bay Vonway, so he knows that he can speak to that. In fact, he can't say anything to us, so he has to.
No, that's one way.
I can't say anything right now.
Dana can't say anything.
I'm from Bay. Yeah, so you will say that you Vonway from Bay, so Dana. So what I'm trying to say was when I talked to him, he told a lot of great things about Booyah, going back to praising our people. People were very receptive. They welcomed him. He was surprised. And I was telling him, I said, that's the District 5 for you. Don't listen to what you hear from other people. Don't listen to what you see on the internet. We are great people. We are wonderful people. We are very receptive. We're friendly. It's just like we are tough. We don't just bow. We don't bend like that easily. But so he said a lot of great things about the district, and he's planning on working. And I was very excited to hear that. Given everything that is going on there now from our lawmaker, yourself, you've been doing it yourself, and then to have honorability at CMC, who doesn't want good thing for their people, right? Who don't want good thing for their people? We want it for our people, and we welcome it. We are excited. I know I'm speaking on behalf of a lot of people who want development in District 5. We've been behind for a while, and we deserve it. It's time for us to come Welcome to the show, Cyrus. But before we go further here, you talk about the reconciliation stuff, and sometimes we have to be blunt. We have to be election going to almost 1 year now. Almost, you guys are going to a year now.
Yeah.
So nothing has happened. When you follow the trend of event in the district, John going so, Peter going so, Paul going so, everybody doing their own thing. I don't see any sense of reconciliation from anybody there when it comes to leadership. I have not sensed it from our current leadership to everybody. I have not seen that from any vantage point. So when you talk about reconciliation, I think it's more like individual reconciliation now, because since election, all the candidates that participated, I've never seen all of you guys together in one place, spearheaded by our current lawmaker. I have not seen that. The supporters are still, back and forth. They're still in election season. It's almost like election is tomorrow. Everybody's thinking about 2029. So no reconciliation there. And you talk about reconciliation. So from what I'm gathering is more Boris Bali will do your own reconciliation with your own people. Takwa Mambia will do your own reconciliation on the people. Honorable Jackson, you will do the same thing. And then Honorable Kota Kwaglu, who's doing a great job, by the way, with the development that you're undertaking there with the road project and stuff. He will do his own thing, doing his own time and on his own time. How effective is that? Because if your people doing their own, your people doing their own, and then Nicra people doing their own, we people doing their own. So we'll just stay like that until we go to election. How effective is that?
Yeah, so that approach is not effective to admit. It's not effective, and it will not be lasting, because as you speak, even the way we on the show tonight, if you follow the respond, the pokes, the other thing will tell you exactly we still need to do more. So, but for our, that you rightly said, there's certain thing that Booyah have that we need to rebrand Booyah for Liberia and Nima to know that thing. If you don't do that, the image that is in our district, that power that is in our district, that if we say yes, nothing can stop it. We need to bring it outside of the district. No, right now we have activities in across county, right? We are in 9 of the 15 counties. This is Booyah's song. When I'm in Riverside, or when I'm into this place, to the other area where the company is working, nobody know whether the Booyah man, they say Nima County man. Nobody want to know whether I give or a man, or they know the man from Nima County. But there are unique things of Booyah that make us great. Up to the just, our former senator that died. The grace of Booyah is surpassed, those are all that there. But we only need to agree. We know that generally we will not be 100% in it. But when it comes to specific Booyah issue, we can drop all our differences, individual differences, and go for that. And bring that image out. And bring that thing we're looking for out. That way it will be good. If I, for example, if I was elected to be leader right now, if to force reconciliation is the matter of money, then I'm going to force it. All my colleagues that are with me, but now, you can't, if Moses can go to the mountain can go to Moses can go to him. If I'm the sitting representative, look at just between he and myself. That my little brother, he and myself from Ninkwea. I begin opening up to him, even with his project, to see, oh, my man, you're doing good. This is what we can do. But people fear, with our experience and our level of wrestling, when we are around, those people that giving him the kind of direction will not have space. So the first thing they can do, gee, don't listen to that man. That man is opposition. Gee, don't call that man. Gee, don't do that one. All that thing, you as a leader, that your face that you using, all the other thing you hearing, if you don't digest it well, that means you spoiling your leadership. I feel Honorable Kwaglu is honor obligation as an elected officer, but now to have, in fact, reconciliation conference in a district. or even those of us that contested with him, be able to bring on one umbrella. You know, these are things. But anyway, like you can really say, me, I left Big Brother Boris because he the one, he can always give me idea. So some of the idea when I give it to you, when you want to use it, you come to me. They got something they say in a frame of mind. The way I present it, the way I talking it, to implement it, and how I talking it. There are way to implement it. Then you come to me. You see, it become an intellectual property. Come to me.
They gotta pay for the copyright.
Yes.
Welcome
But
to
you don't hear me talking to people the other time I was talking about the bridge. I doing that in good faith. He told me, he said, oh, the method true. In fact, that's how I put cover there. So you get a hear from him before you go people cover there. All these things are intended to make your low. You will even whatsoever you can become representative for life. You have your own space. Do it when you leave that the next person that I'm wishing to come there. People will say, oh, when you were here, you didn't want. Why you here? Why you doing? That the kind of thing we want from leader. But if you stay thinking that you must stay going to go for election awareness, then you behind time. No, personally, he can attack people who are behind me. There are some people that they fell from Desi Konya. He attacked Desi and said, oh, I don't want all the time beating Koga in Bwele, people running away from Bwele, you don't borrow and borrow beaming in Bwele. Is that the kind of thing you can talk as a leader? But I feel he stay in the learning curve. If he really want to learn, he will learn and then he can do better.
Thank you so much. Cyrus, welcome to the show. We are hosting Boris Ballier, representative candidate of District Number 5, Dana. So we were just talking about reconciliation. I don't know if you've been like Bruno. I don't know if you've been following, but I don't know if you followed the show. If you did not get it, we were talking. Boris just joined CMC. So, and you too, since you are a free agent, who knows? Maybe Boris will be able to get you to join CMC. He's the newest member of CMC from District 5. I think you've interacted with him before. We're just talking about the importance of reconciliation. I personally, son of District 5, I said it. I said I have not seen that. There's no effort being made by our current leader to do any form of holistic reconciliation. So if you have questions regarding to that, you can ask him. If not, we'll move on. We got a lot of things to discuss here. I saw some of your comments on Facebook too, so I will ask you about it, Dana.
Well, Barry, it's good to see you, Junior. Good to see you. It's good to be here. Barry's, I always get the question, oh, you and Barry buddies are brothers, and say, well,
oh yeah, that's it.
We are brothers, and it's always like, I always get that question, yeah, Barry, are you guys related? I say, yes, we are related somehow. We're from the same country, but Barry is one of those popular names, the neighbor country. But I don't really have to dive into District Number 5 politics. I think that what I would recommend if I'm in a position to do my recommendation to the district, the only thing I would say to them is that election has come and gone. So people need to embrace each other. When election time comes, they can go back. Whosoever doing a good job, the people of District Number 5 will decide. But sadly, though, I tried calling what is his name? Kwatu Kwagu. I tried calling him. Yeah. I tried reaching out to him the other day. I called him. He acted like he even hear my name before. I called him and said, who's there? I called my name. I said, this is Sarah from BKS TV. Oh, who's this? Oh, call me back. Disgracefully, I'm gonna call you back. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Maybe to play devil's advocate, maybe he don't recognize you.
No, even
I don't want you to play devil advocate. I think this has been an old age issue with Qatar from day one. Now getting power, I don't think it's something strange. Maybe it's something that maybe Mr. Bali don't know about, but that's who he is, by the way. Sorry
No,
to say
no,
so.
no. That I will have to disagree with that. I have to disagree. I can
No,
disagree.
everyone has different version. Everybody got different
No,
version.
let me give my own.
CEO, let me come in. CEO, the fact that he call a name and call the show he associated with, there is no justification.
But you know the man,
And
the message
up
that
to
made
now,
me
he has
happy
not
with
called
too.
back. And up to now, he has not returned the call.
No, he
You
actually
see?
told me, he call me back. I
Uh-huh.
said, what? I said, what a disgrace. I'm gonna call you back. For what reason? I just wanted to say hi because I saw you on the we hosted him a few times, and
Okay.
I told him you were doing good in the district, and I just
Yeah.
want to reach out to you and say, man, younger brother in town to say, call me back. That's so like what do I really want from you, Chief? I don't. It's just a greeting, but nothing against him. I just want to say that
So I mean,
you guys need to
no one do more than their best.
you guys need to reach out to each other. It's all about
Yeah,
the district. It's not about personality. At the end of the day, it's about district number 5. Nimba County as a whole. But you do your best so that the district can move forward. That's all I can say.
Yeah, Sion Bali, let me tell you, like, for me, I can call him, even on recent time, they seem to be talking. On recent time, the tricycle that he been using to build his stuff there, went to my Nissan Patrol Jeep and damaged it. He didn't call me. I was the one that called him. I said, but John, brother, your people damaged my car and your even my parents are no up to 9 years and you are not calling me. He said, oh, Sion, brother, sorry, I know. After your people made parents know that you're going to face my car, I said, no, you're forgetting. I'll face my own car. I don't want to buy it. In our different as in I'll say fix it. Then they want. But I just want to tell you, when things that happen, be, have the conscience to say, oh, yeah, I'm wrong. Let me do the one. But to tell me after your people came and made parents note that we're going to take your car to counter the next day, they refuse to do it. Days later, when I call you, then you pretend to me that you don't know. Oh, people are sorry. I never knew. They didn't tell me that, when you're talking to me, who is a seasoned classroom teacher, an experienced person, I know exactly where you're driving at. So I told you, no, I'm not calling you to pay or to face it. I will face it. You see, this life is just about it. Let me end with Mr. Bali. I'm sure you are the one, you and myself were talking before AMC, right?
Yes.
Okay, we even talk when you said when you come to Ladua. So this time, like Minko, the CEO, he said you are a free agent. I don't want to use that, but I want you to join me, my brother. Come, let's go to CMC. Share. I'll look for your number. I'll find my phone to look my old phone to look for your number.
Well, I mean, I appreciate it, but we're looking forward to seeing.
Thank you.
Like
Thank you very much.
Have to see it. And
I'm the agent to build. I think football player can sell. They can.
whatever we
Yeah.
we in right now in this country with drugs and stuff, we need to see what's going on.
Now easy. And mind you, the very drugstore I got money bossing all over. People who I know that a shop business. There are people who doing something with money that you don't really know the source of their money.
Yeah.
When this kind of thing happen in the country, it thinks.
That's where accountability come in. That's where the accountability come in.
That's why even the other time I was telling my representative to declare assets that know why you brought in and why you'll be taking out up to now.
Most definitely, the way I was about to put you from. There is a legal maxim that says anything that is not done properly or legally is not done at all.
Exactly.
Our representative took over and is approaching apparently 1 year now. He has not declared his asset, neither his liabilities. We don't know anything about it. What has been your call to him? What is also your call to the people of Buyao? I'm not in any way trying to discredit those things he's doing in Buyao there. No, I think he's doing extremely well. But we also need accountability for some of those things that he's doing. Where you getting the money from to construct these roads? Give us answer to this question. But I have a tip in my possession here. that he told one of our journalists that he's not questionable or he does not answer to nobody with those things that he's doing in the district.
Look,
You
that
cannot
is
have.
scary.
So let's hear from you on this issue, and we move forward with that.
Look, let me tell you, that is scary. Even during the days of the war, when the fighter go and loot people things, they can come and say, me, I get 2 cars today, I get 3 cars, I boss the bank, I got the money. They can do that. On a very peaceful atmosphere, the elected officer, elected officers that is law. Now we're not talking about war, any other thing. Up to now, when they are not taking a step to declare his asset, it's scary. It's very scary. Look, we're not saying that. Look, let me tell you, the bridge is being flooded. Hey, on my farm road, I will be the direct beneficiary. I like it. My only approach to the bridge at the time was that it was that the bridge you are doing on a major road that we don't have a asset route, it creates serious issue. I ask you, you're doing public building. You're not building your private building. You're building bridge. Whether you use it with your own money, he said, oh, even after doing bridge, I don't need to tell anybody. That tells you some limitation. And mind you, I'm not saying this because I want to contest. I'm not saying this because I contested against him. I contested and used all the looted all my thing. I accepted without people, we're moving forward. But let's take for example, what happening in our country right now. It's hard to understand. If you had this kind of transaction moving, flip-flopping here and there, and then you are not, for example, how much representative making? And mind you, me as a human resource specialist, salary is not good for you for 6 months. After 6 months, your explanation I see that why you earning. That why you see after 6 months, either you have some benefit adding to you to be able to keep that money. But for a representative, and more especially in our address setting, before you more answer, you feel using your own salary. Because the bread in people just feel since you are representative, everything is on you. Once you now have the ability to explore outside there to keep your salary, you yourself will come from there and you'll be working. But to see our representative, mind you, like our in the district, projects we earmark, we have studied for. We went to visit. Oh, you go so all the break ground for the other video. Even my own bridge I built between let's say a Blontuo and Goma Play. I have gallatin to go something every few days. When I went there, the oral break ground for the play. And you breaking ground for all the places. It said our district development form for less than what you using. It said your salary you using to do all the other things. Not because we benefit, also because the way they get draws down. If you go to sell draw, you bring the money to us. Honor our Lord, receiver is the best role. If you go and get some kind of money that start to die and bring it, then tomorrow they say, they think it come up. So tell us where you getting the money you doing all the things with. Thank you, you're doing it for us. You're doing it for the district. That's what we're here for. If you really tell us what you doing and how you doing it and how you getting it, we will be free. But I will not be happy to walk a bridge 10, 15 years and say that bridge money it came from this side. I don't want that for me. That's why you see what we did in our district today. In fact, people thought we credited people money. They say, and they're doing it right after election. There will be on there. Some people say, after election, we're moving peacefully. Nobody, we owe nobody. That only people owe us. So I say the lawmaker, that have been my cry for number one, the one. Let him declare an asset. The project that is being implemented, I know I got machine. If you want you machine, you can even come to me. We can talk on that. But if you hire a machine, that the motor grader that they were using was just very flooded. over there or in Florida. I saw the motor grader mechanic was working on it. Whole night. The next morning I went there, the motor grader was not there. On my way to boot to Ganta, I passed by the motor grader on a way going. So what phonies you are using to do all the things? But when we're talking it, our profit, oh, maybe like no. But I want the lawmaker, anything he doing, please, he's a public official. The food he eating, we provide it. He don't know. The food he eating to a house. The cook they paying for, the staff he have, we the one providing it. We as the electorate, we as the business people that are paying tax in the country, when we are when we are privileged to be part of a sector that is benefiting from tax, you should be able to tell us. The asset declaration is by law. That not mean saying it. I only remind him do it. That what the law say. They are following the recording for Delon. Delon said he was the first certain lawmaker to declare assets. It's because of that he flogged CDC according to him. So what happened to our representative? You took office more than 8-9 months. You're going to a year. What happened? Tell us. And mind you, the other side of the story is that when I decided to query what was happening, the project manager in the vice president office was the spokesperson for the representative in my district. It confused me. The sitting vice president project manager was the spokesperson that even was attacking me on Facebook. I have to say, whether that my lawmaker working for him or he working for my lawmaker, I don't know. So these down need to be corrected. Let know. Look, the seat of that district, that sacred seat that Koga came from, and he became senator. That's a sacred seat. That is higher government position in our office, in our district. This kind of place, this kind of position should be treated with dignity. This kind of position, when you even leave, mind you, if you treat the position wrong now, the next person that will come to you, people will just feel that mess will be in the mud, cleaning, drainage. That means there is no need to pay people to do the kind of thing. If you're doing that, yeah. So these are things that are concerned. If you're doing the project, also it up to people that you can oversee. But you doing it, you yourself, we don't know where the money coming from. You say you now answerable to us, for God's sake. You're doing development project, public project. You tell all we now. So please just declare your asset. They know.
Yeah, the project manager said he told him, man, on one of the comments that he said, just little minute with me, little district 5 minutes with me, I will handle all of them one at a time. The message where he will handle. So I wonder if he's from there, if he's from District 5, but I can't.
He's not from there.
So I don't know why.
And this guy is the project manager for the vice president of the Republic of Liberia.
Yeah. So I don't know why he's into our district business like that. But anyway, welcome to the show, Sewate. Welcome back, Zoget Tour. Long time, no see. But the point you made there, I don't think it's political when it comes to asset declaration. LCC requires that by law, that when you win, before you take office, you declare your asset. And then before you leave, then you also declare your asset to let the people know. There's nothing wrong with that. That's something that I'm surprised that your other colleagues who also are politicians from the area there who contested along with you, no one is joining you to ask that question. Nobody hates that. It's just the fair question that needs to be asked, and almost everybody does it. So with all those great things that are happening and everything that is happening around the world, there's no reason why asset declaration should be a problem. It should actually be a good thing, because when you do it, it will shut your opponent and people that your critics, it will shut them off. I'm using my own money to do what I'm doing. I'm using XYZ money to do that. But to think that you can just do anything, you don't care, nobody can ask you any question, nobody can do anything to you because you are doing great stuff and you're a lawmaker, I don't think that's the world we live in. I also listened to that clip that Junior talked about where he said He's not answerable to anybody because he's using his private fund. No, it doesn't work like that. When you are a public figure, your private fund stuff goes away. You still have to. In America and everywhere else, when you see these top businessmen, the money men, billionaires and millionaires that become politicians, before they go into office, they'll declare their assets, and then to let the people know that this is what we are doing and all that stuff. So I urge him to do that. And the notion that he's not answerable to anybody because he's using his private fund, that fall flat. That's not how democracy works. That's not how our law works. And you are a lawmaker, you have to follow the law, you have to abide by the law, you can't break the law. So I'll stop there. Junior, over to you. We have our colleagues.
I'm coming. See you are coming before you go to Junior. And let me tell you, this very person who is the lawmaker right now was just a contractor that was implementing project in a very district. He was just contractor. The clinic that is being built by the vice president in Blode, in Mutuo, in other area. He was the construction company was doing that. And then you took over, you doing construction. They said the same thing for the vice president you doing, or you just want for others to know the vice president who you doing, because they breach him at town. The vice president promised the community trust when you are running for the senatorial position. And when you were running for the vice president, he said, as senator, you can do plenty things, but the way you're coming vote for me when I become vice president, I'll do your bridge. Since he became vice president, he has not talked to all, but our representative doing the bridge with his own money. So, the time is very close that you need to, make it different. And then the project manager in the vice president office is your mouthpiece in the district. That you tell them people say your way, I will deal with the district 5 minutes. Then to come over,
he will take care of
you take care of to come over. Then the representative is telling me, Boris Badia, I get water in balloon that he can boss anytime. Tell you and I put my water in iron drum. Then you look for seed new.
Thank you. Junior, over to you, guys. Other guys over here, so we can.
Thank you. I know we have other national issues to discuss, so we'll try to wrap it up with Mr. Valier here to go to those other issues. This will be my last question to you. Whenever you have a problem, there always have to be a solution. Article 1 of the 1986 Constitution says, all power is inherent within the people. So you, Boris Valier, have the constitutional power to write the House of Representatives, their leadership, and putting this request before them that the honorable representative of my district had never declared his asset. Is going to almost a year now. What can we do? Have you done so?
No, I have not done so. Not that we don't know. There are 2 medium we have. The Freedom of Information Act. We will use it as a citizen when we notice that you can't declare. We will find information that can be hidden from us by law. The other side is to write the leadership. But mind you, with our situation in Liberia now, even in the House, they still operating minority majority. So going, it will be like spending your own time. If we tell him at our district level, he then hear it, time coming that will make him to know that it was important. That's our own way of doing it. But we know that the law protects us. Either that will pay you every month, it will not pay you, food will not be to your house, will pay you, and you say, we're not important, time coming. You will know.
Thank you. Again, Siawate, welcome to the show. Mr. Atto, well, welcome. Let's go to you guys. If you have a question, you can ask Mr. Valier before we let him go and jump into other.
Before we let him go, I will have one question that I will ask.
Yeah, so we're going across now. So we go with Siawate, Atto, you come in, and then Saros. Then before we let him go. So we still have time with him here. Siawate, are you there?
Yeah. Thank you, John. Good evening to CEO, Mr. Ogbe. Alan, what's up, man? And Saros, long time. Happy to see you, man. Since
Don't be now. It's a vote in your man.
Thank you. Since the man, since the man there with all 11, went like, bro. Mr. Barrier, welcome again to the platform. As always, this is your home, and I think the medium for which this platform, was created is to get a voice, from all sides of the coins. And the last time when you came here, you said it was not time for politics. I can see that today you are firing, so I think you are well positioned now in your political gear. Sorry that I came late. I don't know whether some of these questions I will be asking, whether it's being asked. Firstly, the last time you said, you were, I think, formulating your political party. And then I overheard from the news that you have joined the CMC. Is that right?
Yes. Prior to my joining, even as we speak, I was formulating a political party that had gone several steps. But then when the CMC approached me, based on what they saw in me, I took that time to go back and inform my people. So I was informing my people during my reconciliation, let's say my appreciation time, and consulting them at the same time. At the end of the program, in the tour, I got to know that I had a popular mandate by the people to take the decision. Meaning to accept CMC. One CMC and the political leader have followed me in the district, asking the people, and they told me it was good. Politics is about timing, it's about calculation, it's about ideology. So looking at all these, and with the blessing from my people, I accepted and joined the CMC.
Oh, thank you. So that means all of your ambition now was laid to rest. And then did you join the CMC as a candidate or as just a member?
Well, I joined the CMC as a member. It's not political season right now, so there is no candidate. But I've been a former candidate, and I've been a very formidable candidate. So CMC seen my work, they came for me, and I reached out to my people, and the people accepted.
So we can presume that Honorable Barrier now will be the candidate on the CMC ticket. Okay, that's right. So, I heard you while heading home. I heard you, lamenting on the issue of Kwagu. And to be fair enough to this conversation, I would not in any way, backlash anyone or any citizen who are requesting information regarding asset declaration, because it's very important. I would say I'm one of the champions for that. And because people who lead our district, they also needs to be accountable to us. But then on the other side, I'm pretty sure you contested with Honorable Barrier, not Barrier, but Koto. I think your second election now, right? To Koto?
No, Koto and myself, that Koto and myself first time here.
Oh, okay.
Because
so in the by-election.
Now in the election. Yeah, Koto and myself first time in the by-election.
In 20, maybe can we say prior to 2023, there were a couple of development that was also carried on by the current lawmaker. But then, he was ordinary, can we say, ordinary citizen. He was not in government. And to my recollection, there were a series of projects that he did, even during the campaign. So are you also concerned about, those money that were spent, even including you? How do you reconcile that when now he's being elected as a representative, he's still carrying on this project and far beyond what he was doing? Don't you think his status, because the reason I asked this question, the last time when you appeared here, I asked you, with all of the investment, that you have laid out with the portfolio and all of that, don't you think you could elevate your entrepreneurial skill to just being a representative. And the question you answered was, it is true being a representative, that's what brings you contact. Don't you see that the same influence that Onokwaglu is using to also bring development to your district? And how does it injure you as a citizen of District 5?
Okay, thank you. There is in no way that it injure us when we're benefiting. The only difference with one is that, okay, like for example, he traveled to China on a holiday. Hey, he have been lucky. The billionaire in China say, oh, my man, you are young, a representative, and I feel you need to be successful. And I'm giving you $1 million. Go and develop. When you come back, you are giving out $1 million because you are young representative, not because you are a young person. When you come back, you need to come to all my people. I traveled, I went to China. Like he was sitting on the house, he was going to their museum to photograph or and do some recalling. To come back and say, oh, when I went there, I saw an opportunity. This is what I got from there. And because we had the priorities as a leader, I prioritize the priorities. What I got from there, I spending it. Fair enough. We will not come. But to say you're using your own money, that means when you say you're using your own money, then we want to know. Say you're using your own money, declare your asset, let know why your own money that you're using. But if you got any support for any other person within or outside of the country, for us that you're using as a representative, tell us. Or say mobilize, fundraising rather for me in America. They were able to send me 200,000 from that. So I'm using the 200,000 because I'm the leader. I have my caucus, I met with them, but we have decided to use it as a priority. This is what we experienced during the campaign. We noticed that these are problems we're having. So we're using the funding for that. We will not have any problem. But to defeat, you put all in doubt. No, let me tell you, persistent lie without just making turn to be truth. Everybody say, oh, but the representative, he can make money here. Because you tell where you get the money from, we stand to believe that you can make money in your house. So we will not be hurt when you tell all on your behalf, we got this and we're using this, or we're using all. Then the next thing now, after some time, we'll ask them for all what you got and all the other things. But you telling all you using your own money, your salary will know lawmaker salary in the country. Even the brown envelope is not stable. But if it pass, you will know that there's a brown envelope. So is that the brown envelope using? You say in the parliament, I was able to go on the other side. This is what I get it. You need to tell us for all to know about the one that about $1 there, no, that on the town now. We want to know the money you use, where it coming from. Mind you, let's go back to be prior to the election. I have, saw plan to do the very bridge that you own now. The plan I hold on your back. So money are in Uganda. I heard they say, oh, cut off men and I can't. They do. People were on Facebook that they doing that bridge with my plane and still raw. I didn't grab my teeth because I felt I didn't want to give credence to some of the things. I know the bridge facing it by law will not do anything. Why you are doing that? I was doing all of bridges, all of area, but we were doing temporary. Now you're doing genuine thing. That's where we came in. We say the bridge you're building. Can we see the BOQ, the engineering design, the durability, the weight, and all the other things? The specification of it, can we see it? He can't, or he say you're not answerable to anybody. That's where we're coming in. If you see your own money, tell where your own money coming from. If you see our money, the district has district development fund. Also, the county has social development fund. If because you are close to power, you are able to get money and you say, tell us that all we want. Say you're not doing that, declare your asset. Then know how much you came up with. You came in the parliament way and what you will be living with. Then we know. It's by law, that not me.
Thank you.
Thank you. John, okay now?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Let me
Okay,
ask my
let's
last
hold you there for a minute, man.
Yeah, you're not quizzing, man. You're not asking, man.
Let's hold you there. We gotta go to after, and
Sorry,
we
But
have
I
to
think
discuss one or two
this
issues.
is about county anyway. That national issue there, we gotta lay somewhere,
No. The country is not bigger than the country, Chief. I beg you.
No, the county
The
is.
country is still very important.
I just got one
After,
question for the boss man.
let's hear you, Chief.
Okay, so thank
Maybe
you,
the comment will give me time.
Am I live? Yeah, no problem.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me say, good to see you guys tonight, and good to see our guests. And comrade, welcome. Ali, let me say welcome back to you because you were not on the show last night and I returned. So let me say welcome back to you.
Yeah, and welcome also for resurfacing comrade.
And also, yeah, thank you. And also, good to see Mr. Badia once more after the District 5 election. And let me say, Honorable CEO and Gerald, sorry for coming late, as you guys may be aware, today is the 54th wedding anniversary of our president and his dear wife. So from work, we needed to have passed there to pay our respect.
Who? The man giving you a resume. The man just trying to tell that he close to the first. You may have man. Run away with man. Can't do that.
So I just passed there. I passed there this evening on Saturday. It was a very good moment. It was difficult to leave, but because of the importance of the show, I have to come. Yeah, so I'm back.
Thank you.
But that I will ask the guest, Mr. Bali, just one question. But let me lay the premise. The first thing is that I worked at the legislature for years as the chief officer to the current vice president when we were representing. Mm-hmm. So the the asset declaration issue that I just spoke about, that's something that I'm aware of. And I know how key the asset declaration is to the transparency of our country and also to the governance system of our country. And you as a representative candidate, your action and your understanding about it cannot be measured to the mere electorates in District 5. They can hear you saying, and Giaro asked you a very good question as to whether you have made use of the Freedom of Information Act that will give you information as to whether the honorable have declared asset, and if you are not, what will be the next step? And in my mind, your response was not very good as somebody who wants to be represented. You responded like a mere electorate in the district. The statement you made that, he was waiting for him, time to come, he will see whether we will vote for him. You're not a mere voter. In fact, you are a candidate. You are a contestant against Kotor. So meaning you are a competitor against Kotor. So you should be taking advantage of the law. And the laws are clear. The law says, here today, as Director for Compliance of National Port Authority, I declare my asset. It is keeping upon me to declare my asset before I even take my seat where I am today. The one most about a lawmaker and a presidential appointee. Those are people who are way at the top. So that's a grave violation for you to say, we'll wait for election. I think in my mind, that answer you gave Junior was far below the bill as per the status and the kind of seat you want to occupy. That answer should be given by people who are mere electorates and the rest of it. I thought next time you should do it better to come and see how you can position an argument. But here's my question here. And see, I want to ask you as to whether you have joined the CMC and you 100% say yes. Are you aware? My question is, are you aware that Mr. Benete, who is the standard bearer of CMC, supported Alexander Benedict Cummings, and he also supported, when you were chairman of the CPP, he supported Alexander Benedict Cummings, and when you were standard bearer of the CMC, he supported our own brother Mike Bruno. Mike Bruno could not accumulate more than 8,000 votes as per the NIMA electoral calendar that could not even reach community chairman election. And Cummings that he supported as chairman of the CPP could not get 2% of the vote in a district. Are you aware that Musa Benete is not a good supporter of a candidate in any given elections in NIMA? Question.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's start with the asset declaration. I even brought in the Freedom of Information Act. The reason I always pushing this is to remind a lawmaker. There are two approaches. There are two means. John just thought one, I thought one. I was saying we will meet up with him because I want to put myself in that category. That doesn't mean that I don't know what to do or not. I knew it. That's why I'm taking this step, telling him, do this. Let's go to the Belete issue. Belete supported. But in this case, I will be supporting Belete. This going election, I went there as independent candidate. Then I thought good that you were around the surrounding. You know what happened, and we are here today. So, in terms of going to election, I will be looking. You just came late. I just reached out to Mr. Balier to even join me so that we can go to CMC because I will be supporting Belete. Is that Belete will be supporting me? Politically, I have, tested. They go election. They accept the result. Akin second, right? So meaning in thousands. My vote count was in thousands. They accept the result. So going to election, mind you, the normal politician things that happen here. Some of the Nima County election, somebody will just sit in Ganta, Morovia, and say, let's go this way. No presidential candidate have come either doing or before election have gone to the community like the way Belete doing, have impacted community that the way Belete doing. So with the ideology Belete have, the only different thing you will tell me is Belete is a Mandingo man. And let me tell you, when we cross St. John River, all live from here, they call Nimbayan. Nobody can say Nima Mandingo or Nima Gyo. No, we are Nimbayans. So if instead of electorate or politicians sitting after negotiating on our behalf to tell us, say, let's go this way because we want Nima or we want this. Until that can happen, Belete is making a way into the community. So like the way out from district number 5, and my people voted for me, they voted. I've gone back to tell my people, thank you. If I take a development stem before election, and I tell my people, say, let's go beyond the president, they will go there. I will be telling people to go beyond Belete. Belete will not be telling me you'll go beyond everybody. No. That's the difference between Belete supporting somebody and somebody supporting Belete. So the change that we have been looking for since since 2005, we've been voting 2 ways, either CDC or United Party. We are not changed, except those of you who in offices who had the benefit of the government. But the ordinary people, when CDC can, they thought their own. United Party can, they thought their own. So you will not expect different result when you're doing the same thing over and over. So Belete and the CMC saying, can we do this way? In fact, Belete promises that anything I tell you that I'll say I'll do it before election. So meaning you will be owing me. If I do it and you tell me, say, oh, because you do it, I'll not vote for you. Anyway, your conscience. And I believe the people of my district, the development we need, the agriculture we need, the roads we need, the kind of networking we want in our district, the schools, the hospital, the youth development, the macro loan that will be given to the community people to empower the women to take care of single mother to take care of their home. When it's done before 2029, I will tell you, say, when Belete do it, all my district will go to Belete. So that is different. But for the issue of asset, the law, freedom of information and law, to use it, we will use it when we want to use it. I don't want it to be like, oh, we catch you by surprise. We're telling you, do day, and you not do it, but we're taking a step now. Nobody will say, but you let them to know. The law will be taking a course. There are several ways the law can take a course that we are aware of.
Thank you.
Thank you for just joining us here tonight. You're listening to the Heat Tower program, and we are hosting Honorable Boris Balier, former representative candidate of Electoral District 5, Nema County, and a new member of the Citizen Movement for Change. Barrow, who goes by the name The Farmer, join us here tonight on the show as we discuss a couple of issues ranging from District 5, Nema County, to Liberia at large. So the honorable representative just commented, and we have to read a comment here. According to him, this is it you see on the screen. You have every right to check, but you haven't exercised it yet. Please go to the legal office at the House of Representatives to inquire whether I have declared my asset. I've already submitted my declaration, and the legal office is currently working on publishing it. I cannot speak on their behalf regarding the timeline, as only they know when it will be officially published. So
Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, Robert. So even if I go now, the legal team still working on how going to access it. But once it's been pronounced, that it with me now to find it out. That's why I wanted. I tapping for the representative.
Thank you. But let me say though, Ato, before you say that's what you were saying, we've asked this question several times. We are media practitioners. We go behind issue, we ask question. If you submit, when you submitted your paperwork, how long did it take you before your entire declaration was out and published? Let me ask you that question.
When I submitted, within 24 hours, the how do you call them, the
LACC.
The LACC. Within 24 hours, LACC gave me a return copy that informed me that I completed the process. We did the lesson.
We've asked this question to the representative for over 5 months now, and you're going to tell us that so we don't know what the process of the House of Representatives is, but this institution will take
but Jim is about it. 1 minute, Jim, you gotta be careful now. I work for the executive, you work for the legislature, so
that's what I'm saying now. We now as media practitioner, will take a step forward to do our own investigative journalism, because I'm pretty sure that this process will not take a month for it to be out. No matter where you work, who you work with, I don't think it will take a month before that be out. So for you to tell us that the process is still in process and it's not coming out, I think we need to take a cue from that. And we will also do our own background investigation to see how best we can authenticate this information, whether it's true or not. Asking questions as to declaring your asset and liabilities is a law. I thought that everybody can do it. Even Junior are here as a normal citizen. You got to declare your asset. Don't even wait to be in government. People need to know where you're getting money from, how you're spending them. Then what more?
Let me tell you something. Even before you become candidate, you can declare your asset. Before you become candidate, you got to get tax clearing. You will be a valid taxpayer before you go register to election commission. So to declare assets is just easy. More especially for you because the process of registration guide you into the declaration already. Because you are a taxpayer, you must get tax clearing. So those are all we pay institutional tax, we pay individual tax, we pay estate tax, all the taxes we can pay it. So to declare not anything.
Thank you, Chief. Sarah, you got any question that you want to ask, or maybe you want to relay your message to the representative?
Now we got a lawmaker watching you, so you want to
you want to relay your message before we let go of the guests?
What message?
Sarah, look for credit and call a lawmaker.
No, the lawmaker said, I call a man look at me and say, call me back. What kind of disrespect is that? I call you to speak to you, say, call me back. Are you kidding me? Why should I do that? I already call you.
I told you, I said maybe the man don't recognize you.
No, guess the man busy now. And that was bad of him, to be honest with you. I don't, sometimes that's how I look at things. But it was just a greeting because we have been on the show. We have hosted him for some times. And, I like some of the stuff he's doing. I'm not a citizen of District Number 5. But I have seen him doing some good stuff over there. Whether he's doing it with his own money, he's not doing it with his own money, that I will leave it with the people of District Number 5 to decide. But because of that, I just wanted to say hi. And then the man say, call me back. Are you kidding me? I should call you back? For what reason, man?
But
Anyway, so that's it.
But before the honorable go, Junior, you want to let the man go?
I don't have no Boris. I think.
Let me go apart off.
You see, I'll tell you, the man apologizing to you. The man not recognize you. You just said it. The man not recognize you.
You don't speak for the man. The man said
No,
sorry.
the man said sorry.
So Junior,
I got one question. So
No,
my
the guest is far away from the phone.
I got one comment.
Okay, let's do that. See you can ask your question first.
Let's see how they ask a question. Say one question. The man, one question been there since then. So
CEO, you know, Badier equally wants to represent us. We from Zoga. So, when the people come, you allow us, that chastise.
The man, I will hold you there. Don't because Sarah on yet to there, Sarah may get 80 votes. You can answer your question also. But see how they've been away for 2 days because you saw Boris coming today, so he coming again.
No. Not so. I usually hear now. So, in fair, when we having this conversation, while it's true the political side there, for me, honestly, on our Bali one giving the opportunity to serve, equally we would do this to him as well.
They see.
So it's also important that sometimes we get a fair view, from their analysis as to whether political and all of that. I want you to fairly grade the current representative. We being District 5, the entire Zoga, from the inception of District 5, Electoral District 5, from 2011 till today, with the progress of development in District 5, from the time from the time he won up till now, can you give a fair analysis of how things are moving, while the progress is made so far? Is he really laying up to some of his promises in terms of development as compared to previous representatives?
Okay, thank you. Like you really said, fair, grading. I, as a classroom teacher, I will not grade a student without work. Let's take for the roles. No role representative quarter is building in a district that are they open. So he has the burden to say, oh, Mr. Balier did well. He opened a road with grading it. Next to I can't grade him right now because he are not giving me the tools that I need to grade him on. He doing bridge on my farm. If I know the surrounding of the bridge, then I say, oh, my brother, thank you very much. You see it? The roads from Blode to Buto border, I the one open it. Even if I was building road, they left the road, they said our public road. 4 months, I open all the roads. Right after election, you put greater on it. You grading the road are open. Without recognizing my effort. When I was doing a road, doing the campaign, you said, in fact, nobody can build road without equipment. Everybody is spoiling the roads. He put him more on the road. You see it? So until that the writer said to now, just read the message that he had found he document. That document will tell me that this money that is being used came from him. Because he did it well before the document. Until that can come, I can't say he's doing well, or I can't say he's not doing well. No one do more than their best. And I'm not too big to say Honorable Koto is doing well in this. He's not doing well in this when he's doing it. The situation in Buyao, You have 100 things to do before you do best in Booyah. When you do 2, you are not going anywhere. Even you do 10, you still get 90 until you can cross 60. Moving to 70, they will say, oh yeah. So these are things. Until that can happen, the electorate will grade in, but I can't grade in now until I get a tools. I get a test paper and correct it for my answer. My test key. When I correct it, I say, oh yeah. Now I can say if you're not doing well, I can say I need a test paper. Yeah, my brother, the fair discussion in about politics is the fair discussion.
Then you decided, man, score 80, 90, or 100. Thank you.
So you got to score at least
But I don't
80
see anything
right?
now. Yes.
What?
And in my class, even if you score 60, I'll consider it, I'll run it up. In anything, the key when you score 60 in it, I'll run it up.
You're right. What I can call that? And they got some kind of name for it when people, I think it calls that in Africa. I forgot the name.
Runner,
Runner, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
I'll run it
add
up
100 and divide by 2.
Divide by 2.
Yeah,
because
when you score 60, that 80.
yes, you
If
are
you
reserved
give me
20 points.
60, we add 100 and divide by 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll go to Arthur and let's hear from you, Arthur, very quickly before we let go of the guests here this evening.
Okay, so John, thank you. So mine is not a question. It's just a comment that could help Mr. Badi in the CMC. I'm one person who have followed the NEMA policy.
Are you a political advisor?
1 minute.
You're
I will not want to speak for CMC tonight.
You see,
No, I'm coming at Chief. No, Chief.
I will not want to speak for CMC.
No, Chief, I'm coming
You
at
said you want to give advice.
I'm coming, Chief.
But John, listen to the man fast first now.
Yeah, we all come from NEMA, and every information coming from NEMA, whether good or bad, I think it is keeping upon us to make our input as to how we can do it more better. So you may
you can do it to me. You can do it to me.
So you may have
but
comment and I
don't
just
go
thought to
to
respond to.
CMC.
I come in and you may have comment and I just thought to respond to. I follow you. I've been following you for a long. You may not know me personally. I think still to be corrected. Your first time contesting was in 2017.
No,
2011.
2011.
No, I support it. No, the T-shirt that launched CMC portal, let's say NUDP doing pause towards Amata in Ganta. You can remember going to Metale. I brought our bundle of T-shirt.
No,
the
I'm not
T-shirt.
NUDP. No, I'm not NUDP man. I don't follow NUDP like you know the parliament. I'm not NUDP. I don't follow that.
I'm telling you, I'm speaking for the president of FOJ. For FOJ point. I said for FOJ point, the T-shirt, that T-shirt, I the one brought it.
Yeah, so I follow you. I follow you for a very long time. And the comment you just made, I think comment was made here before by Mr. Birity. And I thought in my mind, moving forward, we got to change the kind of comment and change the narrative of our politics. Nimaka originally 5 tribes, including the Dingos. Yeah, including the Dingos. The Dingo are original and legitimate tribes of Nima. So to say that the only crime Musa Birity may have committed is because he's a Mandingo man, I think it even presupposes to those who voted for him in 2007 that is predominantly a Manon district. We Mandingo constitute 2% and Gio next to Manon. I mean, it also tells them that they were wrong by voting for him. Mandingo is a tribe in Nima. If you do well, in respect of whichever tribe you come from, when you doing well, you live in accordance with the norms and constitution of our country, the people will vote for you. So Musa being
all the politicians in Nima was speaking at you. Then Nima is a heavy.
No, but you should not be saying it.
That's the man talking. You listen to the right man talking.
No, I'm telling you. Look, from the district I come from, from district no Booyah, from the district I come from. Before, look, I'm speaking the practical experience. The district I come from.
But you think I don't know?
So that means you worry about honorability accumulating voting District 5, right? Or in Nimba?
With me, I'm not worried. With me, that's why I say I will be giving votability.
So then
Check it.
why are you projecting such analysis? That's the problem Arthur has.
No, there has been a long-term debate. There has been a long-term debate in Nima, even up to present. You know people that will always come up with a debate that this person is a Mandingo man.
But John, we as leaders should not be saying it, John. We are the leaders of the country.
We don't implement.
No, let me tell you.
You know, my issue with Siawete is that when it's in his favor, he will say we don't amplify those things.
Get into the race. Somebody will tell you that I want to give from lower Nima, that I want to give from upper Nima. That's the fact.
Anyways, Mr. Bali, it has been a wonderful conversation with you here tonight. We'd like to appreciate you for coming on.
Absolutely.
So let's see.
What
He's
is
going to lead us to the next topic, and then he will leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you will answer this. Just for me, you answer the question, then you leave.
Okay.
All right, let's do that.
Honorable Bali,
Yeah.
you and I were from District 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from York.
Yeah, I'm from
And
Ninkwa.
you're from Nikra. And I'm pretty sure you are accustomed to our tradition in York.
You know.
If you don't know, okay, our parents.
No, I say I know very well.
Okay.
I know very well.
So
In
before
York.
I go into much details here, you've been found a debate lately on Facebook about the godfathership thing. First of all, I don't think that should even be a debate among our people. At the very first thing, the Honorable His Excellency Jeremiah Pancon, the Vice President, he's the second most powerful man in the country.
See you in a debate?
Huh?
Is there really a debate?
No, I'm making my point. I'm trying. Let me lay my point down, then you will know if it's a debate or not.
Okay.
Right. So he's way up there. He's way up there.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to see people from his camp or some other people trying to make issues or make it a big deal that some elders in Zor, confer the godfathership title to Honorable Koga, and you see people fighting over it on social media. I think that is doing too much. People are misreading and misinterpreting this. And I believe, because I read something from my little brother Edwin today, I think I agree with him for the most part. The vice president is up there. We should be talking about national thing. He's not vice president of Nimba County to say he's the godfather of Nimba County. So I don't think that should be a debate. And I also don't think he has issues with anybody becoming godfather of Nimba County. I don't think so. So when they talk about a godfathership and that happened, there's my analogy. And then you guys correct me if I'm wrong. When you play football and you substitute a striker, number 9, and you put somebody into that person's place, when the person go in, that person is not going to go in the D. He's going to play number 9. So that's how I also see that. So this is not a debate to me. For me, I think it's not a debate. It's unnecessary talk. People just wanting to make big deal out of it. Elders from Zor, confer a title, godfathership to Honorable Koga. Agree with it or not, disagree with it. It's not a big deal. The vice president has not said anything. He doesn't have any issues with it. People around him also said he doesn't have issues with it. Why you think other people are making issue of it? As a son of District 5, what's your take on that whole topic about the godfathership, Koga being conferred that title in Zor as the godfather, as the replacement of PYJ?
Okay, CEO, let me tell you from my point of view, one reason I voted for Koga was Koga was replacing Senator Johnson. I didn't want somebody different to replace Senator Johnson. Traditionally, the family will lose that value. Meaning, we the people of District Number 5, Buyao, Zoge, a different person take that seat. They are, there are certain things in our tradition, the one you call zoo. The zoo travel with luggages. And those luggages are not to be seen by everybody.
Right.
There are specific person, even in the days of old. The father will tell you, "Mama, you can't get me go pay the medicine." That means the father want you to take over because he know that you will not live forever.
Right.
So I voted for Senator Koga because he was taking the place of Senator Johnson. That in my own mind, they were all, permanent son and daughter of Nima that were into the race. But I felt Koga was the closer to me and to the district in getting the power. Secondly, when Koga was performing the different traditions and other things, I'm going out of current, and other things, it was intended for him to take the place. If in your house you be leaving your child need their child by you, you will not be happy to sit there. Then they call that child, boy, by mama, your PA. You have said that you the one causing. So Senator Koga going to the parliament, the seat that was vacant in the parliament at Prince Johnson seat, Senator Johnson seat. Obviously, with the family tie, with tradition and norms, he was continuing. In fact, he continued. Senator Johnson tell you, Koga not got here, he won't tell you. He continued. Senator Johnson tell you until 2022. When he is elected as senator, then he will be carry a turn. Like in our district, our representative saying right now he continuing any Senator Koga tell you, he won't tell you will come. And you see here, that means you are going down. So the issue of Godfather, Lord, let me tell you, God this day speak to people through human being. The prophecy can come by Monday. So that you thought a thing, you now know why you're talking, but it's the real thing. So the elders in Zor that confront, they just validate what Koga is. They get Godfather position there to give it to him. They just validating what Koga is. Koga is the Godfather taking over Senator Johnson. Taking over from Senator Johnson. So that thing is an argument. Somebody will just talk to satisfy themselves. But for me, until Koga can take it to tell you, any Senator Johnson tell you.
So thank you.
So Koga is the sitting senator and godfather of our country.
Thank you so much. In 1 or 2 minutes there, close out, give us your parting comment. It has been a great time having you. We look forward to hosting you again. So give us your parting comment and we'll discuss it from our end here. No. When you stay here, you tell your own. Let man tell your own go.
You brought a new topic. And,
we'll probably discuss it.
Let me go. Mr. Balier, CEO and Aaron, partner tonight. Let me tell you a very big thank you and to the BKS family. Some of the things, as you talking there, people will not know, but it's a lesson that people learn every day. I feel the only way development can come, we should put away the personal differences. Why you think I took my yellow machine to go to clean, to backfill and do everything for the bridge construction? Because personally, I went to the representative, according to my house. I said, but you coming to my own town. You see, what can happen in the Arab people and the Westerner? You can't go to the man who, if for a wife and children you want be, if you get a man, that baby that is living down, the baby will revenge. So you coming in my home, the people told me we prepare, we are waiting, others were waiting here, even though I'm not here. You jacking, you buy, you went to the water side, the next thing you digging, they kind of time you digging with shovel. My man, you tell the yellow machine. Declare the place. He posted on social media. It was not me. Who the general asked me. But when he got to know that they were going on, That how people start coming back to Fue. How they do the one a double thing then. I know he's an office start to comment or what. You know, but even when yeah, I don't give it credence. All I need is let's focus and do what little we can do in our reach for the other people of the next generation to say, oh, when our people were here, they did the DK once a deal. That's if you had to, you think they don't have differences? But what then? To why then they had differences, but the overall was the community development. So that why they were able to achieve in it. And what I want to say, now that we are joined CDC, CMC, we want for people to look at it like the way we did it. CMC, eh? No, I support CDC 2023. So I'm close to yes, I support CDC 2023. I was not a member of CDC. Now I'm a member of CMC. So with what we can do in our own way, collectively, we can do more than that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Boris. Thank you so much. It has been wonderful having you, Mabuya, brother. Enjoy yourself and have a wonderful day. We look forward to hosting you again. I thought, man, you told me because you said, man, thought the thing, man, that made a mistake.
But they call it right.
So, Cyrus, over to you. That topic, I just brought it up because I wanted to hear his take on that. We'll go around. If you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to. That was just something I wanted Boris to enjoy. But what to say, I saw your comment all today, so it will not be.
No, we can move to something else. But the reality here is that, like I said last night, I want for Boris to remain here so he can get my own view on this thing, because it's just so ironic that we are discussing Godfather. Prince Johnson, again, when Prince Johnson declared himself Godfather, people he didn't go to Nimba people and others and say, oh, give me Godfather title. The man declared himself Godfather, and the people of Nimba bought into his theory. And today it has become something that the people are discussing it everywhere. What Prince Johnson did for the people of Nimba at the time, when Nimba County on Saleh, when Nimba was under hostage, when people like all were arrested at some point on Campley and we were beaten. Okay, it's sometimes sad to go into history like this, but Prince Johnson and King, they did what they did for Nimba and Liberia as a whole. So he took the title. Prince Johnson didn't join over there by to get title. Prince Johnson didn't get become a vice president to get title, Godfather title. It's because his work that he did for the people of Nimba County. So why are we discussing Godfather title when people think that we're supposed to be talking? I can understand, again, our editors. They are sometimes I refer to them as political editors who are looking for father to eat. So again, I was not going to bow down my tone. My tone will still remain the same. Political editors,
even your location there, it don't matter. You still
I don't care. I have lived enough, bro.
I thought take care of you.
So that's it. It's not about you being vice president to become a Godfather. If that was the case, General Thomas G. Quimpa and many others would have gotten the title Godfather. So let people understand they wanting Godfather. Prince Johnson just came up with that thing and it has become something to talk about in Nimba County. So it's a complete disaster and nonsense talk.
Thank you. Junior, take over.
Thank you, Chief. I thought you have, but let me welcome to the show, Big Brother DK White. T, what's up and welcome. I'm told that you have something to pick with Sam. So
But
I don't know
why you face the other side? You're not facing the camera. Why?
Oh, man, tell the guy for the team, man. They plan for you. I'm going to put the food
And the person that giving me hell. So now when you see my face is thin, so I wanted to show everything the evidence I'm not hiding. Hey, John, I don't have any issue with Big Brother Sam. So
Are you sure?
Yeah. Sincerely, I'm done.
Then move
I
forward.
don't.
Yeah.
What you
All
If
right.
you think I had issue with him, then you tell him that he was. I don't think I had any issue with you guys.
So yeah.
Yeah. So
But Anthony,
so
you want to speak to this issue? I know you touched it last night. You didn't have real much interest into it. I don't know whether you want to speak to it, but
If
before
not,
we go further, I think the real debate starts from few political analysts and politicians in Liberia. I want to go to Ian Flomo comment he made on the state representative electoral district 2 Nima, and also former representative electoral district 4 Garrison Dode Yellow. He also made a comment. So I want us to go through them here real quick. Then you can have your opinion. This is Garrison. So just bear with me. If you just joining us here, you are listening to the Heat Tower program here on BKS TV. And on BKS TV, we say dialogue and not confrontation. Sorry, 1 minute. I think I've got it here. So this is what Garrison said. According to him, he spoke. He posted twice, but I think I will just read one of them. And, maybe afterward we will go to the other one. According to Garrison, in Dan tradition, when a chief or warrior dies, the one who lives over the body automatically inherits the title. This is not political maneuvering. It is a secure ritual performed. That's according to former Representative Councillor Garrison Dode Yellow. Now, Representative Electoral District 2, he didn't agree with the statement made by Councillor Yellow, and he has something else to say. I think I had it. I had it here, but I don't know where I put it. 1 minute, just bear with me real quick.
maybe I misunderstood him, and I stand to be corrected. But I think he agreed with him. But where he differed with him was the person has to act like Godfather. If you don't act like it, then it contradicts that. I think that's where the disagreement is on his statement.
So, okay, here is it. Now, according to Representative Jan Flomo, he said traditionally, jumping over a Zou or warrior body is inherent. His or body to inherit his or her power is scared. It's a scared ceremony performed in a shrine. That's what he said, or a special area not meeting the requisite cast doubt. So, according to him, if you want to inherit somebody's power now, it means you should do a certain place, especially when it comes to Zou. You want to do it either in the Zou bush or you want to do it to a specific place. So not doing it there like the way they did it in BAM, it casts a doubt as to whether that person has actually
That's what he's trying to say. Okay.
Yeah, that's why the person has. So, but again, here is it. What's your take? Do we have Godfather or Nima? Is it appropriate for a certain group of people to call somebody Godfather? But here is one of the facts I also want to put forth. When Senator Johnson was alive, he used to call himself Godfather. There were people who didn't subscribe to that. They said, no, we can't call you Godfather. Nothing in our politics is referred to as political Godfather. But people too say, yes, because of the sacrifices you make for us, you are our Godfather by definition. So we'll call you Godfather. What say you, Arthur? Which side of the eye are you on?
Okay, so thank you. And you mentioned my quote-unquote comment I made last night, and I did not in no way intended to downplay the comment or the not a comment but the title confirmed on Senator Koga. The reason I did not intend to do that is that Senator Koga is a senator of Nima. To be senator or candidate of Nima is not senator of River CS, nor River G or Green Crew. When you are senator of Nima, you are given big and very huge platform. You are expected to perform your positions on national issues. It raises eyebrow. The president of the Republic of Liberia will shake in his or her position when the senator of Nima speaks. So it's a very powerful position. So when there are issues, ones that are raising controversy with our senator, the whole country follow. That is the reason why today the issue of the quote-unquote godfathership have been posted on Facebook from people from all sector of our society, because Nima is a very serious country, and to give a central position to Koga with no disrespect to him, meaning you put yourself in that space to perform very well and take yourself as a serious person. And I think Senator Koga is disappointing the people. In my mind, I think he's disappointing the people. And before I can come to the disappointment, let me just partly disagree with Boris, Mr. Barnier, before he left. Mr. Barnier may acknowledge that's historically a fraud. And unfortunately, he had left. Historically, it's fraud. He said he who is taken to the riverside or is taken to the bush by the elder to pick the leaf, that the elder pick a leaf in his or her presence, it means that the elder is teaching you how to pick the leaf in his absence tomorrow so that he can take a place. Is that the case with Senator Koga? I said, no, that's a historical fraud. The man who made the biggest confusion, the largest noise in the Nima County Legislative Caucus with Senator Johnson Koga. How can you say Senator Koga was taken to the bush to pick leaf with the then governor Nima? No. Senator Koga and Senator Koga now then representative and Senator Governor Prince Johnson were a local head after 2011 election, 2013 up to 2014 he supported him. 2017 they were a local head. Even the 2023 election they were a local head. So he's not in the space. He's not in that traditional space. That's enough.
So give us some of the reason. Give us some of the reason why they were a local here now. Because you're saying it is historically fraud.
No. So I come in. I don't want to be. I don't want to be unjust or unfair to give the reason. But the whole country don't know a local here.
No. I'm not saying you being unjust. I'm just saying our listeners need to know, because some of them just listening to you right now don't know the history.
They are all politicians. Senator Prince Johnson was a politician. Koga now is still a politician. He knew a reason. And Senator Johnson then knew a reason. But the reality on ground that we mean is they were a local here. They could not speak.
I thought let me correct you. You will learn. You will learn. I will give you all the time to learn. Being a loggerhead with someone does not erase tradition. You and myself, we brothers, we can disagree all we want. It does not erase the fact that Ato Wogbe and Alvin Seka are from Nimba County, and both of them respect Nimba County culture. So I don't think because they were a loggerhead, you will term Mr. Barnier's analogy as fraud. I don't think so. So we can disagree, and all they disagree with our logo at the fault, but it's still met. They still met as brother. They still met as people from your Gomabli.
And CEO, I'm not in any way saying that. Okay, I'm not in any way saying that because they had disagreement. Politically, they had disagreement. It means they were a local head personally. I'm saying to you, Senator Koga and Representative Senator Koga, Senator Johnson and Representative Koga, who is Senator now, were a local head to the Senate. I went personal. That the Senator Prince Johnson did not even support in the 2017 election. He did not support in 2017. He won. I'm aware that Senator Johnson was going to even your government play to run campaign in order to testify against Koga. There were recruitment of.
He didn't.
No, I said I'm aware that he was going, and there were recruitment of former malicious that even attempted to stampede that place to create a hostile terrain for Senator Johnson. To the say he did not spend even a day in order to testify. He left. Go. You are a media person, Junior. Go to your own research. They could not see. I'm aware of that. I'm a serious participant in my politics.
No, I thought I had to stop you. When you said 2017 elections, at the time I was working with Senator. Well, yeah. So the issue that they can't enter. The issue with Senator Johnson, and Representative Koga. I don't hold on now. That he said the recruiter Malaysia is false and misleading. Senator Johnson at the time had come to Butuo, was making a way in Butuo. When candidate presidential candidate Barker, security duty were assigned at the Buto compound. When Senator Johnson attempted to go to the Buto civil compound, the security duty of candidate Vice President Barker at the time, his headquarters was heading to Buto when the security detail at the Buto civil compound prevented that. It wasn't Representative Koga. So the issue, so I'm not interested in the Godfather debate and whatever are happening, but at the time I was present, I was with the Unity Party at the time. We had spent 2 days in Nima. Yeah, we have spent 2 days, even the current Unity Party chairman, Nelson Bianga, who is at Aka, is aware. We have spent 2 days as a party in Butuo when Senator Johnson and his team wanted to force their way.
DJ, I agree. DJ, I agree with you. This is for prosperity information purpose. They Senator Johnson support Koga in 2017 election.
No, he didn't, because after Senator Koga resigned from MDR party.
Google, you answer my question. So it tells you that Senator Johnson did not carry him to the water side to pick a leaf because he was speaking parable. That leadership, we're talking about leadership. We're not talking about.
No, I understand it for you. You're driving. Okay, great.
We're talking about leadership.
But I thought you said that one. We're going to start in the main office. I just say that.
The point I get time is why doing. It is very fair.
Sorry, Ato. Sorry.
Go ahead, Ato. Go ahead.
And my information is correct. I'm telling you that the parable given by Balier was that ordinary picking lead parable. That parable was intended for leadership safety. For leadership safety, it was intended for leadership safety. And I'm saying that was not the case. There was no way Senator Johnson would have done it because the two of them could not see how to act into the leadership in Nima. But more besides that, Nima got a lot of work to do. Senator Koga, as the senator of Nima, got a lot of work to do. I have not heard much of him speaking about the Metasi issue that Senator Nyatwa is doing. I have not heard him speaking about a lot of concessions issues in Nima that Senator Nyatwa is doing. There are a lot of issues that will conform ourselves to one Godfather title. We are just one segment of our politics in Nima that is not really important. And I think those are who comes from let me that a little bit disagree with CEO. Those are who come from the FOJ background. We do not see that as a really important that will start to bring the vibration so low to argue, to debate, or to be in competition with Koga for Senator Koga for Godfathership. The vibration is the vibration of Liberia.
But
I agree. I come in now. If the issue is about deputy Godfather saying our country, then he's the deputy Godfather for the whole country. So the Sakoye to Nima, but I think Senator Koga got a lot of work to do. In my opinion, the conclusion they got a lot of work to do. Nima, Nimbayans might be unified conclusively. And we gotta be honest to ourselves as politicians. That they were the net problems of our big donors. I read this why Jara read about former Representative Garrison Yelu. And I think that was some of the reasons why Representative Garrison Yelu, I don't see say Gopu winning the election. I don't see him coming closer to winning the election very soon. Because the dishonest testing and comment position in Nima are getting too contradictory. There is a senior man who the judge election that replaced in the Johnson. He went from radio station to radio station in Nima. Campaigning against Koga on ground and Johnson what they is not requirement to be representative. And the senator. And in fact, Koga was not the best man to join us in the Johnson ballot because he was contesting against Lena. No, he said he was no. They have been honest. You have now because contesting. You want to start with the reality. He said, in fact, he was the nephew. Traditionally, he was the best man to contest. Like the man who's talking today. So you gotta be careful because his perspective will judge you. So in my mind, to conclude this note, there are a lot of major issues in the country, ringing from the economy. Government have brought a lot of yellow machine in to sit down as a senator to join the country local authority, to draw the line as to where the West should start from. So our people, goods can come in time and the economy can boom. So people life can be better instead of one Godfather that got no salary attached to be having conversation about it too. So thank you.
Thank you. So I think let me take my own 1 minute on this issue. I wanted to set some things straight when Big Brother Atta was speaking. Atta, when you said Senator Johnson and Senator Koga were at local hair, you are correct. But what you refuse to tell us here is some of the reasons why they went at local hair. One of them has to do with the PMC election. You know that. And all of us know that. Another reason has to do with their disagreement not to support the Unity Party in 2017. You know that. When Koga was campaigning for a Unity Party at that time, Senator Johnson was running as his own presidency. The second round election was very toxic. Very toxic. Senator Johnson supported CDC. Senator Koga then, Representative Koga, he supported the Unity Party. So these things politically, they would not align. They would not work together. And one thing I will tell you for free on this show here tonight is, maybe you've seen a lot of people from Buyao, but a few of them you will see, they stand for the cause. They will tell you boldly, they will say that this is it. I'm not in any way defending Senator Koga here tonight. Neither do I agree with the issue of Godfather title. For one reason, I think we have more work to do, like you said. Let's focus on these concession deals when they are passing. Let's organize citizens to question the executive. Why you continue to sign an agreement that is not benefiting our people? But sitting to be discussing Godfather title, Godfather do this, Godfather do that, where will it carry us? But again, one may say because of political relevance, we need it. Even the vice president, some way, somehow, somebody may not saying the same thing, that, no, you can't do it like this, you can't do it like this. If we're going by Godfather title, it means this person is supposed to be that person, like you just said here. So Nakoga didn't go to the water side, he didn't go to the bush to pick the leaf. So in contradiction or in contrary, you're trying to say, okay, vice president was there. From a representative day to a senator day. So we should bestow that type of upon him. But again, that's your point of view. That's what you said. Before Senator Johnson died, he made amends with Senator Koga. I will play the video here shortly. As Senator Johnson to also raise the hand of Vice President Poon as his successor. Does all that matter right now in our politics? No.
So I hope crazy will know that. I know where your argument coming from.
By the way, let me stop here for now because I come and say they make a means and I call the vice president and I thought come after me. So I'm being very transparent and very balanced.
And you've been fair. Because I know that I'm crazy argument you want to raise.
I haven't read nothing, yo. I haven't read nothing at all.
I said that when you were talking, and you're talking point coming talking, what I said.
But anyway, CEO, if you want to say something to that before we go to see we can do that.
But I have been following, like I said, the close people to the VP, my own little brother Evan and a few other folks. There's a statement that they've all been stating now that bringing the vice president to the godfathership debate is bringing the vice president down. You see, I think I stated that earlier today. I said the man is the vice president of the country. So if you're talking about godfathership title in my country, then what are the people in Grand Bassa and Lofa will say? So that should be a senatorial debate or local, you know what I mean, right? Like a county-wide debate, not.
We'll keep inside that. We're thinking for that. We're keeping the CEO.
Yeah, that's
the fire is that Jeremiah Kun get vice presidency position. What he had done with it?
Good. I will kind of. Other council rely. I will come to that point.
Well, so I thought I ain't going sorry again. When you get to your point, you can discuss that. I was just trying to clear.
No, but that's an easy debate. That question is an easy question to answer. Very easy.
No, you tell me to answer that.
But what you say? Funny, Rati.
So let's the Nibato massively they voted for him because Prince Johnson lifted his hand. We are seeing nothing that he had really done since he became vice president. Let's be honest here, man. You can't say now we're fighting for Godfather because what have he done that you will say he's a Godfather? He built up that one thing in Ganta there since then. What since the vice president position, Jeremiah couldn't get his position. What is his impact at Nimba? I just traveled from Nimba. I'm traveling to Nimba this week. I'm going to buy other places. Myself, I was asking these questions to the people at Nimba when they were even recommending that when even Koga King or he want to be, there was speculation that he wants to be a vice president to that they call it Cummins. And my question to Nimba people was, are we going to be in vice presidential position all the time, or can we produce president? We've seen Jeremiah Kwankwankun. Why is the impact that in Nimba Kande at this point that we can really say it's a legitimate impact, not just flaggating and we see all over the place? What is it? I travel Nima candidates with this. What the? Let's move on, man.
Thank you. I didn't see what I thought we'll
So, Avi, I know I'm busy. I have an announcement quick before CWT come in. I have an announcement quick. Former senatorial candidate Armstrong Gobasekbo and political advisor to Senator Koga and Representative Musa Ability has consented to be our guest tomorrow. So that's the announcement I want to give, so we can prepare for the Firebrand Intellectual beginning tomorrow.
So
you can go ahead. Man, we'll bring our guest tomorrow. I get interested in your Godfather debate. So you're good.
Who are those folks that come into our platform?
Armstrong and Honorability.
Oh, okay.
So
you said who we have tomorrow?
What are you talking about, man? You just said tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what is it?
Okay.
We confirm it. Confirm that we can.
So CEO.
Yeah.
Yeah, is a little gist. Yeah, the little gist profile of our guest to be tomorrow. The man is
No, I thought we will talk to you.
No. What they say, no, man. Now I regular guest. Don't be that here. I don't try.
No problem.
Anyways, if you are just joining us here tonight, you are listening to the Heat Hour program. Afonso P. Koto is watching us. Raphael V is watching us too as well. Don Miller is following us.
What kind of show?
Yeah, Josh Mearman, Afonso and Demi now. So they play he and I and Bobala Grow will settle our thing. But anyways, Siawete, let's hear you on this thing.
Well, the issue of godfathership is that,
and then respond to Cyrus too.
Respond to who? Cyrus?
Oh, okay. Left for you, the man.
Yeah, CEO, I think, Chris,
I want somebody to respond to it. If you can,
you need to guard this conversation. The thing is,
but Secretary does not work in the American office. Why would he want to respond to me?
No. Sarah, Secretary, United Party man will have to respond to you. Kun is not just individual. Kun represent our party. Yeah, his vice president will respond on behalf of our party.
Are we discussing Unity Party or we discussing vice president of the Republic?
I mean, the time.
No. I just want to know.
Let me speak. If it don't go well, you probably get respond.
So
go ahead, go ahead, Chief. Go ahead.
We miss you for a while. Welcome. At least the public know you back. Yeah. CEO, engineer, and the rest of the folks, right? Quite frankly, I don't know the issue of godfathership. Sometimes politicians confuse the public, to be frank with you. With the issue of Koga, for me, I don't know whether it should even be debatable here. Because the Nima people made decision to vote on our Koga as a lawmaker. Sometimes I feel guilty on some of the argument we even made, when election pass and then when the person is flip-flopping. The first thing is, it go first to Honorable Koga. Honorable Koga as a person is also on record, interpreter, and where he said when there's any confusion or any misunderstanding will be resolved, in a room close to. Are we seeing it today? No. Just a few weeks when we hosted Honorable Koga, I think he was one of the presidents that blew this platform, and we don't see that. Honorable Koga speaks everywhere he goes, even after the vice president made a position on the Cottington graduation. He made a position right there. I think, to my recollection, he went for his daughter graduation, right? So everyone entitled to their position, but the issue of godfathership, we have on our Dokopo who came here. Oh,
yes, sorry, my daughter. Yes, sorry.
We have on our Dokopo came here. Lay his debate about godfathership, who John Owa Bali, and Regina Mantu. I think Regina was the first, and then Honorable Koga came, Honorable Dokopo came, and also gave his analysis from the bonsai and other traditional side. The reason I'm laying all this premise is, for me, in my mind, I don't think we that suppose the vice president should even go that route, because the first thing, Honorable Koga is a senator of Nimba, right? So right now, the argument should be, at least when you're discussing the senior senator position and junior senator, then it make, for me, I will go into that debate, right? Because we now logically will be arguing, like the analysis CEO gave today about when you change number 9, who replaces number 9, the person who replaces number 9, what's the responsibility? So then I would argue, we are discussing a man who has risen from the level of representative currently to the vice presidency. If today we are discussing someone to replace the president, who should we be discussing? It's the president by law. If the president is today, incapacitated according to our constitution, the person who going on is the vice president. It's now Senator Koga. So for me, my argument about who be godfather, I don't think is logical to me, because Vice President Kun, if you be godfather, then you'll be godfather for each county, because Lima first, maybe where he comes from. But what I do know is Honorable Kun do have the unmatched influence. It's been proven. There's a man that won election from 2020, just in 3 years in land, and then winning as a vice presidential candidate, going to a presidential candidate. Honorable Koga is striving to go to that level. So he said it very clear. So what's the argument? For me, I don't see any argument that we should be holding and putting. I think what is happening is maybe politicians trying to just play around things and, to always be in the news. That's how I see it. But the vice president, if to just respond quickly to Big Brother Cyrus about what the vice president is doing, I'm not a spokesperson, but I think for the first time, there's no vice president that have been given the leverage as compared to the current vice president. Today, have you seen a president in our nation, I stand to be corrected, that have praised a certain vice president in front of diplomatic and leaders and all of that? Today, we are seeing mutual understanding with the issue of job, in fact, rest subsidies today. I mean, you cannot divorce the presidency. Today, there are a series of projects in Nimba that you can see. Why will you say you cannot divorce the Unity Party success from Honorable Kun? I will not do that. And even the failures of the government, for me personally, I will not detach Honorable Kun from that. So, in essence, to answer, every good work you see happening in Liberia is also attributed, and the contribution from the vice president, you cannot detach. So if you say you went Nima, you did not see anything, then you should be looking at the road from Ganta to Tapeta. You should be looking at the contribution of the vice president when he's being appointed on a committee to execute, and he execute that role. Then those are roles. The good thing is you're not in America in a few days. So when you go out, be looking at some of these things. So now, if we come to what is obtaining now in our country that we all need to speak about right now is the issue of drugs, and where it's coming from, where did it come from? Those are arguments when you bring down, then we sit down and discuss. But the issue of godfathership, if that be the discussion, then I don't have anything to discuss on that. As far as administration or how they call leadership is concerned, the vice president remains the arrowhead because there's no way you can detach Honorable Kun from Nima. So he remains the arrowhead from Nima. Senator Kun and Senator Koga is a senator of Nima, whether senior or junior, he's a leader of the county. So godfathership probably there and Kou.
No, he's a junior. He's a junior.
Godfathership. Alors, Senator Tuanye or Honorable Meape Gono and all the people can fight on that. So
what would you say to the folks from your team, from your camp that are on social media and battling and going after the elders from over there and batching them and badmouthing them?
But CEO, the reality of this is not because Senator Johnson is there. Senator Johnson, as a president, he was not conferred. That title was not conferred. Senator Johnson, I think, from where he got that, to just give you one funny story, right? When my uncle was representative, but then they held meeting and they declared on our groupie as the chair of the caucus. Senator Johnson Tofu and call. He said, as far as the Nima people are concerned, I'm the senior senator and the chairman of the Nima Legislative Caucus. That's Morovia Caucus. And Senator Guppy, just in few days, he became unpopular for that. And Nima people, that's why Honorable Kun always said, the grace that Honorable Johnson, the late Senator Johnson carried, none of them actually had that grace. So why will I be looking for godfathership? It's comical to me that people will even be discussing godfathership. Do the work. We would say, okay, you the godfather, you this person, but going somebody. The others are also, and you know, they got all right as a person, as citizen, and you know, to petition. I don't know whether they are petitioning people now to be. That's why I don't understand, because those titles, and you know, I'm now seeing people. It just when President Weah was fighting for Dakman title, those are similar things. Dakman title, for example, every tradition got their own way, you know, of getting these positions. So I feel that Senator Johnson, Senator Koga, replacing Senator Kun, the late Senator Johnson, he got more responsibility, more work to do. That's what I would say. But for partnership, I don't see it to be the point of discussion for me. What we should be discussing is me as someone who is being affected by drugs. The issue of drugs right now, it should be discussed, and the government should take action. Those are things I want to be discussing, but not godfathership for Nima.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Again, if you just joined us, we are discussing a couple of issues here tonight. We'll go to Chris to close us on this issue, and then maybe we'll test the drug issue. I'm told today by news that the Ministry of Justice, through the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, have charged 12 persons and sent them to court. But the charge sheet have raised serious concern, legal question, and all of that. Well, let's hear you, TAPTA Ambassador. Let's give you at least 3 minutes to speak on this issue.
Thank you, Gio. Let me say good evening to my brother-in-law, DK. It's been a while. Again, happy to see you, brother. You know, there's a discussion in the body politic of Nima. When I see the supporter of the VP on the show, dealing with the senator, then they support their own, I think, beyond imagination. But I will start with where charity is. There was a question asked by the other council about the VP projects in Nima when you want as VP. And the VP a right of a Unity Party project in Nima. It's not a Unity Party issue. This is in the electoral center with discussing critical issues. And there are questions posted. The VP after you want as VP. What his impact have been in Nima projects? That's his question. You talk about Unity Party project in Nima. Can you Unity Party project in Nima? All the super use our money, they can't do the one project in Unity Party project. Can you one project in Nima Unity Party initiated? You can't see on the show. You want to roll from Ganta to Tapata. When you say about that, you don't talk about these things. We need to stop there, be real to our conscience. But I will stop there. See how they talk about comparing the superintendent with Senator Koga. I'm just a dead respect to the senator. You don't want for people to compare the VP with Senator Koga on the godfathership. But you have the man to talk about Koga with the senator in Nima. That's a dead respect. Very dead respect. How will you compare elected officials with appointed appointees? And we sit on the shoulder, won't be. So we need to be real to ourselves and run.
After that man coming for the screen, the man why can't he will kind of show after the man coming for the screen.
So as I was saying right now, right? Now look at the issues with Omeba Gono in Nima. People talk about Omeba Gono, this. You cannot compare Kongo with Senator Koga in Nima. It's a dead step. Okay? And we need to stop this. They don't want for people to compare the vice president to Senator Koga. But yeah, your brain will contact who? Listen, it's wrong. You need to stop. You need to stop that. And the last point I want to make here before I get other people change here. This is the point I want to make. Let's look at the issue about the God fellowship in Nima. Who determines that? When you people out there, yes, your camp people say the coca right here. When some of us say what's in the coca did a joint preaching the band, they said at the time was wrong. We say it was wrong yesterday. But King Obia said it was tradition. And today they come here and say, oh, the elder should not do the same thing the day yesterday. They don't question the elder decision. We should be real right here. When I want to pay to the average you for people out there, in our tradition, what displays in Ghana, political display that people are saying that today. We say we're wrong yesterday, you also put us in right. So did I come back here and say, oh, because the elder couldn't see your side, they did their own get problem issue. We need to stop this. And you talk about, oh, we should not bring the VP in the border for Nima, will bring the VP. When the VP talk about a CS and a Julius and a Nima, competition young with a CS and a Nima, you talk about yesterday, you know, make sure competition. You ever see a Julius in Nima when the VP talk about Nima? Just to bring the VP in Nima politics. But you were there yesterday talking about senior junior. You're not about yesterday, not condemn it. Then today we talk about I said, oh, you don't bring a VP in Nima issue. But the VP attend the Nima issue, the Nima issue. You're just silent. And today they're going to show people will see the truth. As far as my concern when the elder speaks, that's getting my tradition. And the government have what they came from when elder speak, government have they get honor interpreter when they speak honor interpreter. Where we came from when the elder speak honor and people actually know that tradition. So the issue of God fellowship in Nima, synagogue have my support. They like it or not, they have my support because the elder spoke, and I'm the son of a traditional man. I should own the elder's decision. So you like it or not, synagogue is the next God in Nima because they say when John preaching the Bible, he inherited the pastor Johnson. So the same pastor Johnson care, now the God fellowship get John preaching the Bible. But you can't say, oh, you're not happy because you want it to go to your support your department.
Okay, can we turn on Mr. Ho?
No, Martin, me not feeling it today. I was talking too much. I was talking about it. So the issue is, people need to be real around here because you want for synagogue to be a bare ball. So no. Now you have the issue of the Kuga. It need to stop. The minister senator elected. The mission be worshiping your own lawmaker doing Nima. You have control of people. When synagogue control people, synagogue is somebody who have been in synagogue before he become representative. He's not somebody that can ban other people. You want control me, remote control me. Say no. I'm coming here with a drill. Too much about Nyantua began to ask them that issue the senator said. When Nyantua when NASCO, you get no story when we protested, we were in jail. No. Yeah, I come here. I
want people keep making reference to me now. That is correct.
So the issue is they don't ask them the issue. I don't want people to ask them the skin. When we protest in Zulu, ask them that they say Nyantua was defending you the party. And actually, no, your boy is still coming. I told you, no, boy, you know. They say Nyantua was defending you the party against the people of Nima.
The time you're talking about Atawana in university, I want to say sometimes you just say the reason you made reference to people opting that the time you're talking about Atawana graduated from the university over 5 years.
The discussion we're having another 2 years.
Will you give me chance?
No, you said Atawana on student community when that metal thing happened. That was Atawana. I was not in university. So you keep making reference to things that were in student community when we were not.
Wait, but you going to the point again.
Go ahead, continue more than 30 seconds, please.
Yeah. So they're scared to go now on me because you know they're scared to say on me. I want point again.
Only your reference will have issue with you can make your point without making reference that incorrect.
The issue is to get me to you can't me. I'm feeling I'm coming up point again. And then you never go. The issue I brought in the paper because something mentioned that you defend mental. I'm to the point here. And you haven't been into a Nima problem when you're to NASCO, when a Nima source of protesting against Mental, now what's a defending a university. So no, you can't show about now defending Mental or death. It's a scale. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, is that my turn now?
You ready to speak to the issue now?
Yeah, so a few things I wanted to clarify. I'm not in the debate with Godfather. Sincerely, I want to register that who became Godfather or Nima is none of my business. And when Senator Johnson was even calling himself Godfather or Nima, me in person, I disagree with that. So I will not support anybody with their Godfather thing. That is stop. The next thing is the 2017 election that Arthur made reference to. Arthur is a Unity Party, Mercy Awete, and myself. In 2017, Representative Koga, now Senator Koga, was a candidate on the People's Unification Party ticket. The People Unification Party political leader at the time, Emmanuel Nokwe, was the vice standard bearer for Unity Party. That even campaign material and everything about us was everything about us was Unity Party and Joseph Boakai. So that is stop now. I'm talking. Okay, sorry.
DJ, you can't have it on the show, man.
Yeah, DJ, thank you.
DJ, thank you.
Yeah, DJ, thank you. Well, that's it. I think we've had a lot on this discussion. I just want you to have a little bit about this thing here because we've gone out of time, and then tomorrow we'll come with dive into all of them in details. The letter from Jojo Boakai, President Boakai's son, will also dive into it here tomorrow vividly. We are hoping and praying that some legal practitioner will join us too to also dissect the charge sheet that was presented. The charge sheet against the defendant, the 12 defendant today. But let me give you a little synopsis, and then you can have your 5 minutes talk on it and your parting comment before we let you go. Today, the Labrador Drugs Enforcement Agency and the Prosecutor General, they filed, let's say, the court. They charge 12 defendants. Those charged include Jonathan David Garcia, Sardin Seeds. Sorry, these are foreign names. I don't know most of them. Edison Brown, Mohammed Alpha Ba, Jamil V. Jala, Christopher Seyi, Christine L. Nyanti, Seyi Nelson, and a man identified only as Sekou. I want you to take note of this. A man identified only as Sekou. And then they had Nanan Tom and a man identified only as Mikel and Beningo. You are charging people. I know, Sam, you are here. You're charging people, sending them to court. And you're telling the Liberian people that you have people identified only as Sekou. You got somebody identified only as Mikel and Beningo. Sekou can be anybody out there. Sekou could be. But here is the interesting thing that we saw within the charge sheet today that get me a little bit baffled. They said this thing started back from 2024 when some group of individuals came in the country considering themselves or presenting themselves as investors. They flew into the country with according to the charge sheet, with a helicopter or something. They came first, they were into transportation business. And after they switched, before going to the Rossville property, they switched to fishing business, fishermen. So there were now they were at the Rossville property now, quote unquote, doing fishing business, but not knowing they were there doing importation of cocaine. They will receive it at that Rossville property, and then they will transfer it to wheresoever they want to transfer it. But what is more frustrating is that, according to the charge sheet, there are people still at large. According to the same charge sheet, those some of them accused were not charged. Those from the RIA, the Ramos International Airport, some of them were not charged. Frustratingly enough, you're charging someone, you see the person only identify as Sekou, Shadrach, Misha, and Beningo. Come on, what really is going on here? So let me start with you, and you can have your take on this with your parting comment. We'll go to DK and the rest of the people and try to call you on that.
So, Junior and the rest of the panelists, It's a sad time in the history of Liberia. What is going on in this country? Other people who on the right side, the left side, the middle, the medium, whatever we should speak with one voice. This is not going to harm Unity Party. It's not going to harm CDC. It's not going to harm CMC, whatever party, it harm Liberians and Liberia as a whole. When Joseph Barker was running, he said to the Liberian people, "You're going to rescue this country." Sadly, when Joe Ware was in power, he said he had a small Miami, and everybody was taking suitcases, and all of those funds were on the thing to go to Miami. Now Liberia is called a little Mexico, not this government. And some people are defending it. But Junior, let me tell you this is not time to defend anything in this country. When drug enters in the country, is a disaster. I can tell you, our country has been cooped with drugs. As you travel, as a man who work in those kind of environment, some areas I enter in this country, I can sense that it's not free. There are a lot of areas I enter here. I will enter. I say this place is not free, and you can see the sign across the country. So let me go back to the judge. First of all, they say drug enforcement, DEA versus defendants. Why it can't be Liberia versus these people? I don't know whether.
So to answer that question, legally, Liberia as a sovereign state cannot be the legal representative for themselves.
Hold on, Junior. I've never seen in the United States that FBI will do a arrest. They say FBI versus these people. Maybe I could be wrong.
No, they can say the state of, then they will say these people, but Liberia as a sovereign country.
Liberia is a state, right?
No, Liberia is not. The way you guys, I know what a unitary state, for them to operate per their own state. It's not like the United States of America. So Liberia now do not have states. So they will not say the state of Iowa versus.
Have you not seen Supreme Court and say the Republic of Liberia versus this person? You haven't seen that?
When it reach at that level now, then it becomes Republic of Liberia. At this stage now, it has not gone to that level.
Okay, well, let's move forward. So to me, that whole charge sheet is probably, I don't think it's legit. Because if you want to charge somebody, first of all, you want to know the person's full name. Maybe the person has Melanie and everything. It has to be full name versus, including the middle name of the person. Because remember now, this is criminal investigation. You go put the Domine. Who's Domine you're charging here? And the question that comes to mind here is, those folks that were charged today or yesterday, how many of these people are in the custody? And how many of them are in the country, or how many of them left the country? The DEA did not specify how many of those folks are in the country and how many of those folks are not in the country. If every one of them in the country, thank God for Liberia. If some of them are not here to charge, then how they left the country? So,
according to the DEA rate, the charge sheet I'm seeing, according to them, one of those guys escaped the scene during the raid. I'm trying to get his name properly here, but one of them escaped the scene too as well. A couple of them are still at large, and they are still trying to find them. But my only issue with this is that preliminary investigation has to tell us where these things are coming from.
Well, this is a thing. The investigators are not telling Liberian people. In order for you to charge, you have to establish where the drugs are coming from. Because we had cocaine and we got meth. The first batch of cocaine that came in, and then we got a second one, and then we got a meth that came into the Reve area there, the one that came in that meth. I don't think it's cocaine. So which one of these folks that are charging, is that the first one, or is that the second one, or is that a third? Because we got third things going on in this country now. You got the first 19 million, the second 317, the meth. They are not attached NSP value.
Because this is a legal issue, so I try to get it. According to the charge sheet, during the raid, the third defendant identified only as Tom within the charge sheet. He's at large. He's alleged to have slipped out of the property before the joint security team arrived. So he still remains at large.
Okay. So I read those things this morning, and it appears funny to me. Let us not cover up anything. If we really want to uproot anything that's going on in this country, this is our country. Listen, we can be poor country, we'll struggle, and at the end of the day, we'll get to the tunnel. But people who want to get rich overnight in this country, and you can see them, I always see the love for money in this country. It damaging this country. And what they're doing is going to affect every Liberian, not just those who want to get ahead. Liberia, listen, anywhere you travel now, Junior, they would check you once you see it from Liberia, and this is not a good thing for our country. So the government has a responsibility to be fair with the Liberian people with this investigation. And
Thank you.
Who are those that are investigating this matter? It is the same police officer that are being involved. I didn't even see their name. The one that they call their name, they allegedly they call their name, but they are not charged in this case. And some of those folks that they alleged that they were part of this thing from the RIA, their name is not mentioned in this thing. Maybe they will charge in later. Maybe they still doing more investigation. But we look forward to seeing what is going to happen in this country. Listen, this, for me personally, this one is not about politics. Every time I discuss this drug issue, it's not about politics. I just want for the government to do the right thing for this country. We can be a poor country, we'll struggle, we'll get there. But people who want to get rich should not damage the life of the people in this country.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief. CEO, you've listened to Sam. What's your take?
No, Mama, take it. I just want to say thanks to Ato, and I really hope that he doesn't run away from us again, because we know we need him to, along with CLT on here to mix it up. And thanks to Cyrus too for coming back. We miss him, and I just want to extend my appreciation to all of them. My only question I have about the drugs thing, I think hopefully Ato can answer that, and maybe CLT can also chip in that. So I went on the LDA Facebook page. So the last time they ever went live, I think it was back either in April or May. As we recall, they had a really good system they were running with, where when they grabbed these people, when they grab these people, they will go live with them.
We will get.
Yes, sir, ma. My girl giving hot on it. So they will go live with them, and then everybody will see exactly. I don't want to be the DK. So they'll go live with them, right? And then you see people going live and drugs, what they're doing. They're cleaning up the ghetto. They're doing all this stuff. Bucky Raw, they grab Bucky Raw, parade him all over the place, and they all that. But since that time, since I think April, they stopped. I don't know if they told them to stop going live on drug incidency. And I think if that's something that they continue with everything that's happening now, it will be really nice because the news feed we got, the live we have with the guys they even took to Pinsville courthouse. It was from Spoon and other media outlet. But the LDEA page that used to go live actively when it comes to drugs, we stopped seeing it. I don't know what the reason is. I hope to get answer to that. But overall, I think is disturbing. Like you said, we'll talk about the letter that the president's son wrote. I have my own take on that. And then we'll be back again tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll get some lawyers, legal folks with legal background to come back tomorrow and help us, break those information down. But yeah, overall, it has been a great show. Thanks to Boris for coming, and thanks to all of you for coming.
Thank you. Let's go to Atta and then Sewade will take us home. Atta, some of the names in the chat sheet is Misha and Abednego. What say you?
Okay, so thank you. So thank you. It's good that Chris, that noted of disrupting people have practically left the show tonight. Yeah, I pray and hope that nobody will disrupt me because
no, we'll give you a time. I give my time to you. I never talk long.
Yeah, CEO. Thank you. The reason is that CEO, and Junior, Saros, and Sewade, the issue of the drug situation is a very serious issue, and like Sarah put it right there, that the drug does not know the United Party, Partisan, the CDC, the PLP, the CMC, and the rest of it. Holistically, is a country issue. And in my mind, I think I'm happy a bit tonight. And let me say like this, that I think we are getting there. And we as panelists on this show, that the whole of the country is listening to this show. Is a very interesting show. Today in my office, when I didn't know, a couple of guys in my office say, "Oh, Chief, we'll listen to you. We listen to that Nima show they call BKS." I said, "No, is that Nima show?"
I'm sorry, let me hold you there. Let me hold you there. You see, that's one of the issues that we've had, right? My man to get guests here after becoming hard because when you go, I say, "Oh, my man, I have Nima in there." Will not know Nima is system. So we, like you said, though, let's try to diversify and get other people. Because when you say BKS, first they say, "Oh, I have Nima show." And some people intentionally don't want to even mess with Nima County, so they don't want to come around. So we need to try to market it in a positive way that we all come here and agree and disagree and do things like that. But yeah, I just thought to say that.
Yeah, so you're right. So like when they started to that, I said, "No, it's not a Nima show." So I thought to give them the kind of courage we got on social media, the followers we got on social media. And then the coverage you got, the kind of radio station that relay and the rest of it. I told them about it today. Say, yeah, the other guy said, yeah, I follow a lot on social media. Most of you on Facebook, I follow a lot. And I think most of your conversation can be very interesting and very educated and give us who particularly do not come from Nima also the clear picture of the Nima politics and vis-a-vis the Liberian politics that we all know, but also open it up. And so I'm saying this to say that we gotta be careful as to how we handle the issue on this platform. That was not being so petty, and that was not being petty and leaving a real issue and going for the petty thing. Can you imagine? Yesterday we were here, and no Sarah, what Sarah said yesterday. Sarah beat on the government. That in fact the government is not serious, the president is not serious, the drug business is not going nowhere. Nobody will be charged as the government. As the executive branch of government, we got three branches that all of us here know. I'm not in any way attempting to provide education. But we know the three branches of government got three separate cardinal responsibilities, although they coordinate. It is the executive responsibility to prosecute people in court. It is a judicial responsibility to make sure the prosecution, there's a fair playing field level clearly laid down for the prosecution between the between the defendant and the prosecutor. Now, Sarah is arguing here. Sarah is even questioning that why Minister of Justice me is not on the charge sheet. Are you kidding me? How is that? How is that an injury to the prosecution? In our country, there are ministries and agencies that squarely fall under Ministry of Justice. There is no way, Sarah, on our jurisprudence, you can divorce the Ministry of Justice from DEA. DEA, a matter of fact, DEA is under the Ministry of Justice. That's what the Justice Minister is the Attorney General of our country. Even the police is under the Ministry of Justice. The Liberia Information Service, LIS, is I'm not information about Liberia. The LIS is under the Ministry of Justice. You know what I'm saying? Even the fire service under the Ministry of Justice. Go and read the charge sheet very well. I know what John posted the charge sheet. You saw the entire something. It says that a Liberia Just Enforcement Agency, Ministry of Justice, Republic of Liberia. The reason why I carry Ministry of Justice, Sarah, is it is that specific institution that is responsible for that particular crime that was committed. Every drug charges in our country, every narcotic drug, every substance that is being arrested by security services in the country, it will be done under the Liberia DEA. It will not be done under NSA to court. Because they got a statutory responsibility to do it. But it is presided over by Ministry of Justice. The lawyers who are going to that court to debate that issue are not DEA lawyers. They are Ministry of Justice lawyers. So to be arguing that why is not there Ministry of Justice, that's a petty issue. That's a side attraction from the real issue. And what is the real issue? The real issue is 12 persons were charged. The second petty issue that Junior even raised, that I thought I started to hear my hair, I thought to wonder is that you're talking about the people somebody identify as Jimmy, or somebody identify as Jamel, or somebody, I just give you an example now, but somebody identify as one name. You know, in this prosecution, it does not matter. What matters?
So I'm coming. No, before you air talk.
No, I'm coming. John, wait. Let me get you more information why it don't matter. Then you ask questions. Because I'm going to open it up. I want you to ask me questions that I know the answer already. I'm going to open it up. Maybe when I'm talking, then you inform me, you answer that, you know, ask that question. You know, if I'm arrested today and taken to the police station, we are not in a draconian period. We are not in a period where the country is running on an arbitrary note. We are in a period where human rights.
Can you move back from the film a little bit? Can you move back from the film a little bit?
Yeah, you getting me?
Yeah, we are hearing you.
Yeah,
yes. Okay, great.
We are not in a draconian period, or we are not in a period where we operate arbitrarily. We are in a period where the law is at a peak and the human right is also at a peak. If I'm arrested today and taken to the police station, the police ask me and say my name is Ato. If I don't come and last, the police will not beat me. They will not kill me. The police will reserve my right and charge me as Ato. It does not negate the fact that my living body will not appear in court. What kind of argument is that? The guy were arrested. They chose not to call their phone in. They said, I need Jimmy. What is important is their living body. Their living body under the law. The law says the living body of that person. That is the most important thing. It's not about the phone. You can't beat the man. You can't phone him guilty because they not call him phony. Our law does not require that. What is important is the living body must appear in front of the judge. So all those are attached.
So here is
go ahead.
Before you end your thought now, let me make some clarification there. Liberia is a country that has little or less internet system operating when it comes to our judiciary, our policing, and everything. There is something in law called memorandum rights. That memorandum right, when it's read to you at the police station, you agree to call a lawyer or you don't agree to call a lawyer. Once your lawyer is present as one of the memorandum rights, you are qualified to answer any other question that is not incriminating. Calling your full name is not incriminating. Why is it important that they should get your full name? I'm coming. And anybody can be identified as actor. Tomorrow, there will be a background check, whether you have committed a felony offense before, you've committed misdemeanor, or you've committed petty offense. So in order to identify you, who you are in a society, we need to get your full name. Tomorrow, maybe you might go to that same police station and say you need Junior. When yesterday you gave the name Ato. That's why it's important, and it's by law for you to give your birth name so that it will be put in a database that tomorrow when you commit an offense, once you at large and they get your photo, they will say, yes, John Brown have committed offense before, but he committed the offense when you're in Montserrat. Hope you getting my point. So, yeah, so now, if those people are at large, you've not answered my question. If those people are at large, okay, great. So if those people are at large, and then maybe one of their friends told you that, oh, this person who is at large is called Tom, like in the charge sheet, they say one person escaped from the scene, and the person's name is Tom. Now you can charge this person in absentia, meaning in their absence. But if the people are present and you are capable of getting all the information from them through the preliminary investigation, it is prudent and very important and legally standard for you to get their birth name.
So Junior, can I answer you? I hope you give me a chance.
Yes. Go ahead.
So I have not even reached the one I just told you, say give me a chance. Let me elaborate more. It could help you. Maybe you're not asking me. I have not even reached to the person that's at large. The person at large, I will deal with sufficiently. I'm discussing the person that got one knee, but he's been arrested, he's in custody, and will be paraded in court tomorrow. That's the person I'm dealing with. I have not reached to the person at large. Somebody being at large and being charged is settled on our law. I have not reached there. And that two arguments you raised here, I take it one by one. All the people there who got one knee, all of them are not at large. Only one person is at large. I read the charge sheet. I read it this morning while in office. Only one person is at large. There are two personnel who got only one knee, but they are being arrested. They are living body in the custody of the police. Their living body will be paraded away tomorrow in court. So
let's try to wrap it up for us in maybe 1 minute. I come in and try to wrap it up for in 1 minute. Then tomorrow we'll come with dive into this thing.
Yeah. So the one I said, because the issue is a very key issue. So the guys who have arrested we identify one knee. It does not matter. What matter is their living body, and more besides that, Junior, your money is after Wugbe. It is possible to get more than 10-15 after Wugbe, but you do not have more than 10-15 fingerprint. In a criminal investigation, fingerprint consider. What are we saying here? This is a serious investigation.
When you identify names, when you commit a crime tomorrow.
No, stop that thing. I just said to you, say we got 10-15 after Wugbe, but do not have 10-15 fingerprint. So I say my name is Ato. They will do my fingerprint and tag it to my name Ato. If they went to my investigation and Ato, King were not Ato Wugbe, it will be Ato and Ato Wugbe, but you're not going to see fingerprint.
But Arthur, hold on here.
So you're not getting a point. You're not getting me change. You disagree that fingerprint does not matter in criminal investigation.
Arthur,
you disagree?
No.
Fingerprint 3 hours now, so we gotta
disagree. I want you to be on record. I want you to disagree.
But
no, I don't. Fingerprint is very important in criminal investigation. It is the first process of prosecuting people.
So you also disagree that is that possible? We got more than 10-15 out of where?
It is possible.
It is possible. So the key issue here is, with the point I want to make to you is that on our law, on our jurisprudence, that person cannot be found guilty because he or she decided to call no one day.
Thank you.
So let me ask you this question. See, before we go to CRT, do you know why some people? Let me ask you now. Let me ask you. Do you know that there are certain people that can't do certain job in our society anymore? Are you aware of? Yeah, because of certain crime that they have committed. Because of certain crime they have committed. Do you know that they can do certain job? And you know why they can't do this job? You know why they can't do this job? It's because of their names.
Yeah.
Because of their names. So you can't say my name at all, and then tomorrow you're going to find a job. Then you give different name, and they check out in the system, and the system is showing at all. But they don't have your last name, and they gave you the job. You spoil the repetition. That's why criminal justice system is built quite different.
So Junior, I agree with you. But yeah, the flip side of my disagreement in my agreement. I do not agree in totality. Don't the people you're talking about in that category, that's the reason why the criminal investigations matter. And in that criminal investigation, the fingerprint will be new. If you say
you can't go a job and say give fingerprint. You can't go and drop and say get fingerprint. They only say give
No,
your name.
that's not what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if you apply for that job, it is a criminal, it is perceived that you committed crime, and they want to investigate, the fingerprint will be checked.
Okay.
Anyway,
let me ask you a question. Go ahead. You made a good point. You said we can get 100 at our bed. So that's the reason why we don't want to indict all the 100 at our bed. Ato Wugbe must have Ato N Wugbe, Ato M Wugbe, Ato T Wugbe. So tomorrow, that Ato Wugbe cannot be incriminated. Okay? So if we have a country charging somebody called Tom. And to you sitting down here too, you want to really make or to understand that what they're doing is right?
It's right. Legally is right.
Anyways, thank you, Sarah.
The team what that you doing is unfair. I'm saying to you, legally is right. You cannot
we will come here tomorrow. I know the point that Arthur is driving at. We'll come here tomorrow to dive into these things.
What is important is that my living body will appear in court.
Thank you.
Appearing on it's not all to that.
Sir, 1 minute. Sir, you 1 minute. What you should be a lawyer person. What the real Madambu say?
The real
Madambu, what he say?
Madame has so many.
Madambu, real hip hop couple.
What does it say?
The living body of the
what does the real Habakuk say? Huh?
But the argument here, I thought, is not about the living body of.
I know why we're going to have to create this and stuff. But again, it's great to have all of you on here tonight.
Let's see what they give us.
Yeah.
Guys, it's 12 o'clock on my time, and I gotta go.
So you want your begin to
and I advise that tomorrow you should not put it number 1.
That's what we will do.
Okay, he will sufficiently. That put it number 1.
We shouldn't talk about Godfather tomorrow. Let's bring the issue here.
Yeah, you need to discuss all day tomorrow. That the topic we'll have tomorrow. 70 over to you.
Okay, 1 minute.
Thank you, CEO. You in 30 seconds or make use of it, Cyrus. That why you escape from the UNICO convention. You
well, how many for you get? I want to.
CEO, to be frank, the reason I'm just quiet because directly I'm a victim of drugs. And it's a sad day for us as a country. What is happening is not just about Unity Party and, governing the country, CDC, had drugs before. Sometimes when it comes to the politics, we play the politics. But in all fairness, I don't see the way the government is handling this just issue. I see that it's unfair. I see that it's unfair because what we are discussing today is about life. The gentleman I'm discussing, it's a sad thing that we beat on the past government for the issue of drugs. If you look at, for me, to be frank with you, I don't appreciate the police always being a spokesperson of the DEA. People may argue that the DEA is an autonomous, in fact, is an acting, but who's playing the role in the just case? It's the DEA. But we don't hear the DEA anymore. To the extent that people who come from the national police, they are facilitator of these drugs. Is that why I would defend here? I won't defend that. The country, right now, we are at a crossroad. It's such a huge. The only thing I think the government that at least there are a lot of arrests being made. As compared to previous regime where we just hear it and we don't know where it ended. But for me, as a victim of drugs, I don't even want to dive into that because my little brother is infested by drugs. So whether somebody last name or somebody first name, my attention right now about this judge is to get to the bottom. For me, that's my argument, because whether they arrest somebody about their first name, their last name, the government position on the judge is my concern. What is the role of the government right now? The first thing is, where is the judge? Where is the judge? Where the judge? For example, there are facilitators, right? In all these things we're discussing. Sometimes people try to play politics. Oh, this person have this. But at the end of the day, who does it affect? We the common people. Today, the DA man, I don't know whether he's on airplane mode, we don't understand. The police who's taking charge, senior member of the police. For me, if I was President Bouaka, or if I had the opportunity, that gentleman should even be suspended. The police director should be suspended, because he recommended all the guys, even up to the DA director. If the NSA is not making Muna, then the country is doomed. People just taking it as a political thing, but a just cartel or such, close to $500 million, is not a joke. So government is taking siege, but people who are playing politics with the issue of judge, maybe you are not affected them. That's why you hear them shouting all over the place. But me, my position now is the joint security, excluding the NSA, the police, the DEA right now, they should be suspended, and an independent investigation be established. A team or investigator be established right now. Why I say every time since the inception of every drug DEA, you replace the other person, you replace it. Well, all that one for? That shows that we're not even serious. And it's an image problem for our country. It's affecting, because the president from day one, he emphasized on the issue of drugs. We campaign on that. So whether DEA, whether they call somebody first name or last name, for me, I'm not interested. What we need and what the government is doing, first we appreciate them. But what I personally, that's my opinion, that's not anyone's opinion, is the entire joint security, people who are suspicious in the investigation should be suspended. One, the police director should be suspended, and other co officer. That's what I would say. But when it comes to the investigation, the government should continue, and this investigation should be rigorous. And let me tell you, to conclude, like what CEO said today, Bucky Raw, we are not saying Bucky Raw was right for possessing, I don't know, weed or whatsoever.
Grass.
We ran. The DA was making press conference everywhere. Where's the DA? You got whole thing on to make press conference every day. What's the briefing from the police? You don't even see sincerity in Gregory when he comes to speak. Oh, they say we bring this, so we'll do this, and we bringing it on. So we got is making fun out of us.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and thank you to all the panelists for being on here. Ato, Sam, CEO, Siawete, and the rest of the folks. We want to say thank you. It's been a wonderful show. We're going to catch you guys tomorrow same time. Have a pleasant day.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.